stream.
Hey, stream.
Oh, really? Hey.
Oh, hi.
Enjoy my
Hey,
chips.
stream.
Oh.
Stream.
Hey,
Okay,
stream.
Oh,
does that mean I'm doing
really?
recap?
Hey.
Oh, hi.
Enjoy my
Hey,
chips.
stream.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to mute the stream because otherwise I hear Sevi say "Here are my chips" over and over again.
Here
Chips,
are
chips,
my
chips,
chips.
chips.
Here are my chips. Here are my chips.
The field
Jealous.
is weird.
Jealous.
Are they proper chips? Are they chip shop chips?
Mm-hmm. Came in a paper bag and everything. Boom.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm
Yes.
half Turkish, man. It's in my blood.
For what? To have chip shop chips?
Yeah. My dad had
Oh.
a chip shop for years.
Was that a Turkish thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you not noticed that like half of the chippies in Watford are owned by Turks?
Yeah, true.
I'm
But
gonna get
I
booze.
thought that British chips was a British thing, right?
Yeah, you like to think. Anyway,
I feel like
recap.
fish and chips probably is inherently British.
Not anymore. Okay.
Fish
We
and
travel
chips.
for a month. They all nearly starve. I don't, because I'm not rubbish. And the mayor has a seriously
it's
long
'cause
and weird vision about a monster and her patron being locked up in a cage. Not too sure what any of that means, but she's going to investigate further into her patron. Wife has some strange thing go on with the Heart of Dawn, but doesn't go into detail. We have no clue what it is. We come to a split in the road and we head to Downwarden, a small village 3 days from the main road. We decide to head there to stock up, mainly on food because they're dying. We get there and split off. Me and Vi speak to some woman and the smithy who's going to repair my armour. We all do a spot of shopping and the mayor ends up talking to the mayor and getting us invited to the town hall for dinner, which she doesn't seem to think is very weird. And
There was a whole thing with the shop lady as well, and you guys agreed with her that she would get in more rations for you,
mhm.
and she suggested speaking to the farmers that surround the area, I believe, because there's a lot of farmland around the town.
Yeah, I didn't write that down.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm just reminding you because it was a point of thing that you guys wanted to potentially do. I think she also sort of implied that she would be getting more stock in shortly, like she expected her stock to be replenished like the next day type thing.
Yeah, I've also got to go pick up my armour.
What's happening with your armour?
It's being fixed.
Remind me of this transaction.
I paid
Yeah,
the smithy to
dude.
fix my armour because it's been fucked since
How much
slime
did you pay?
monsters. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm down to 90 and I was definitely on 140-ish or something, I don't know.
And you're paying to just have it entirely repaired. Didn't you buy a new set?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I did buy a new
I feel
set.
like you bought a new set, and I feel like you possibly already have it because you just bought a new set.
Oh, well then I've put my AC as my lower rate.
Well, feel free to put it back up because you bought... You didn't have it repaired because it would have cost more. But an entirely new set wasn't that expensive from what I remember. I mean, what are you wearing? Chainmail?
I think so.
It sounds like you spent about 50 gold, which to me sounds possibly in line with what chainmail roughly costs. I might be getting that wrong. Let me just pull up the book. Player's handbook. Stream goes fucky whilst... Oh no, it doesn't. It goes on the middle screen for once. Equipment. What's your AC normally? 16.
I think so, yeah.
75 gold.
How much would it have been to repair?
Well, they would have had to have repaired yours and used more materials, so you'd be paying for the materials and the service, and the labour. She already had, or I don't remember whether the blacksmith is male or female. Hang on.
It was a male dickish elf.
It was a male what now?
Dickish elf.
He's a knobby, snobby elf.
Oh yes.
I feel like repairing was cheaper.
Nobicus.
Well, it sounds like you spent about 75 gold, and it cost 75 gold.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, that's fine. So what would my AC be?
It would be 16, and you need a strength of 13 to be able to wear this armor, which you definitely have, and you would have disadvantage on stealth checks, which you used to have. Well, you've always had. Your armor broken is still heavy and still clanks.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll change it to 16 then. That's all done. Does Leo have something he needs to pick up from there?
I believe Leo was doing something, but I don't remember what. You guys remember?
I went grumbly and stuff because people were mad at me for some reason.
Again?
I feel like we need more of a
What did you
recap,
do?
given the time in
Yeah,
between. Let me pull the
I don't
session
remember.
up. Blah blah
All I
blah.
remember is
So
I went to the store, I saw stuff about a sword. I don't remember if I actually bought a new one.
I know Max kicked off someone. I went mental because he's a crazy.
yeah, no, I don't have
He went
anything.
But the dude, the blacksmith.
First of all, he tried to suggest in the woman. He ran back in screaming, saying, "Tell me everything you know."
But didn't it fail?
Yeah, he tried to get a lower price from the blacksmith. He almost got that.
Oh, I
lower
thought he
price,
did.
but
He
just
did.
got paid off anyway.
Yes, yeah, there was. I remember that there was confusion over what Max was asking for. He was asking for like 75 gold off, but I was saying that the.
75%.
Oh no, 75%.
I was
You
saying
got
for
it wrong,
75% off. Well, 75% off, and I was saying that he would do it at 75%, like 25% off. And the reasoning was that suggestion breaks if there's any detriment to themselves, and that kind of monetary detriment would be enough to trigger the spell cancelling. But I think the deal was made at 75%. You said you didn't want it, so that was it, and you didn't get what you were going for, and then you went away.
Yeah, looks like I did buy a new
He
sword.
also screamed at the woman. The woman said there was something weird going on in town and to not stay too long. And I tried to tell Vice about it, and then he ran back in and shouted at her and then left again.
Like, tell me all you know, yeah, and that I believe that
Yeah,
worked,
yeah.
and she
That also happened.
she sort of said something along the lines of
Leave soon.
that she doesn't want to say too much because it might get her in trouble, and that you shouldn't like spend ages here type thing.
Okay. Well.
Okay, so
And those guys bought necklaces?
yes, you guys did buy necklaces with symbols. One had, I believe, Thanatos' symbol, and it was black. No, you both bought the gold ones. Nemea got Zenny's symbol, and Lael?
I didn't buy one. All I bought was some obsidian dice.
Oh, okay.
Bit.
I thought
I
you
think
bought one of the necklaces. There was two gold ones and a black one. I swear you bought the other gold one.
I was looking at them, but I decided not to because they
Okay,
just would.
fair enough. Well, I don't remember which the other gold one was, so that's fine. So I've pulled you over. No, I haven't. I have switched me to it, but not you guys. So yeah, I pulled you over to Downwarden. Just a reminder of the visual. So Downwarden is a sort of small-ish town. Let's have a look here. It doesn't get a crazy amount of visitors. Has generally been a small village, predominantly used for farming, and has grown slightly from successful trade with the southern capital due to its well-bred cattle. You are aware of a mayor that used to be here before. I think, possibly, I can't remember how much you know, but you've met the current mayor. I don't think, did she give you her name, Nemea?
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I actually think she did, thinking about it. I swear she did introduce herself.
Yeah.
Her name is Agaria Hawksbane.
Okay.
And she
That's
looked to
fine.
be a fairly elderly woman of about 60. And she simply introduced herself as the mayor at the moment, and she invited
really
you
like-
to dine with her this evening.
Yeah. She's a good girl. I'm
I
friend.
don't know if she said it at the time, but the implication was that you would simply be dining there, not staying there.
Rude.
So, I think you'd all just about gathered by the time we finished the last session. We really need to not skip sessions, because my memory doesn't last 2 weeks. And apparently nobody else's does. I believe you had all gathered again outside of the shop, which is called Golden Territory. The Dragonborn there, Tessa, runs it, but you had all met up outside and essentially discussed the various things you'd been doing. Lael, do you remember whether or not you had done anything at the blacksmith? Whether you'd bought an extra dagger or something like that?
I think I bought a new sword because I don't have the dodgy stats
Yes,
anymore.
your current sword was busted because of fighting the oozes. So yeah, you replaced a sword.
Yeah.
Yep, that
Must
happened. It was a short sword, right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, cool. So at the moment, I have it as the wrong time. Given when you guys got there, I'm going to say it's about 3 p.m. I don't know if that'll line up with last session, but as we've discussed, we don't remember last session, so it's fine. I think I've got the date wrong on this. Let me just check the next. No, that's the previous one. Let me check this one. 30. No, that's right. That's right. So the date is Thana 29, which is almost the end of the year, I believe. Yes. So you are essentially a day away from New Year's Eve. It wouldn't be called New Year's Eve in this world, and I'll come to that if you guys, well, when you guys experience some sort of New Year celebrations, you would all be aware of what it would be called, but I don't have it set up. So for now, it's not hugely relevant to you anyway. Tomorrow is going to be the day before the new year starts.
Oh,
So
Okay.
that tells you where you are in the year. Yeah, you could all do with making notes. That would be useful, like Sevi says.
Party! Yeah, I can't make all the notes. It gets really tough.
All right.
Names of people is a good one.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
You should all, at the very least, you should all know what's going on with your character. Like, there should be certainty in terms of what you specifically did. I don't mind if, as Lael, if I'm describing what happens to Vice, and Vice is in an entirely different part of the village, you write nothing, that's fine, you weren't there. But if it pertains to you, and I'm not calling you out or anything, Ulrich, if it pertains to any single one of you, writing it
feel-
down would be useful. I'm just using you as an example. The mayor, if Livia's somewhere else in the village, then don't worry about it. But other than that, write your shit down. Cool.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I've got here, as the group arrive, they've had a chance to look around the town. They've not had any huge interactions with the people living here. The mayor did meet an old woman who claims to be the mayor, who has invited them all to dinner. Let's check this next part.
So sorry, are we all together at this point?
Yeah, so you've all regrouped outside the small merchant's building called Golden Territory. She has a simple wooden sign that hangs off the building that lists the name there. And you've all had dealings with her at this point, so there isn't much more to exhaust amongst her inventory. Unless one of you wants to try, I'm happy for you to go in and look. Entirely up to you. But you have regrouped. You don't have anywhere to stay for the night, but you do have these dinner arrangements. And I believe the mayor, that's not going to work very well. I believe that Agaria told you that the place to dine is simply to the north of the village.
yeah, the town hall.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
So
what do you guys want to do?
so do we know? So Nemea, has she actually
Let's
told
find an inn.
us?
She did tell you.
She has already told us about this dinner.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, she invited me. She came and introduced herself, and invited
Shit.
all to dinner.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I agree. We need to find an inn. We definitely need to find an inn because I need to rest. I need to get my get myself all ready for this dinner. But the thing is, when did she expect us? Tonight?
Yes, just dinner time.
Oh god, isn't that basically now?
It's 3 p.m. now, so dinner time would be sort of 6.
Okay. There's not enough time for us to go to an inn and rest, is there?
Probably not to
sort
rest,
Oh, okay.
but there's enough time to at least secure a room or something like that if you wanted to, or
Yeah,
have
Okay,
drinks
cool.
or something.
take for a room and go for dinner.
Alright, so yeah, let's go sort out our room then. Yeah, if you guys are alright with that?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
Which way is it? Can I look around if there's anything?
Yeah.
Any
Roll perception or investigation for me. Your choice.
You know which one it's going to be, innit?
Feel free to roll with advantage because everybody's generally looking, so we'll just have you roll once at advantage. So, off in the distance to the western part of the village, you just see a gathering of some people seem to be heading that way, and a larger chain of smoke coming from one of the buildings in that direction. As you look around, you realise there isn't really that kind of indication from anywhere else in this village, and you get from that feeling that there must be something over there with at least a large fire or hearth that would probably be reminiscent of some sort of social location.
Okay. And sorry, and which way is that from us? Is that
West.
Is
You
that
guys are a little
west?
bit to the
Okay.
east. It's you'd have to cross the majority of the village, but it's not a very big village.
Okay, cool. I just look over. And I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, that place looks like somewhere we can go," and points.
Cool. So assuming none of you want to do anything else, you just head that way, yeah?
Yeah.
I plod on behind, but keeping slight distance because I'm still grumpy.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
What were you grumping about? Were you grumpy about
Because
again?
you were being an ass.
Who, me? I was being an ass.
Yeah, Vice
Oh,
was an ass because
You made some
people
reference to not
suspect
trusting
me
him.
of being a thief and a
Oh,
rogue.
right. Okay. Something about you being a dirty thief or something. Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, even though I poured out my heart. Either way, moving on.
Oh dear. All right. Cool.
Okay, so as the four of you head off over towards this inn, and you start to turn a few corners, Lael starts to lag behind a little bit. And in this moment, Lael, somebody rushes up to you that you recognise as, I believe you were all greeted by this person. His name is Whisker. He guided you into the village at the very start.
Yep.
Remember?
Vaguely remember.
Yeah. So he comes up to you, Lael, as you're slightly away from the group, and says, "Hey, I have to warn you. Please stop a moment."
What?
He kind of like looks around and leans you in closer to a wall so that you're kind of up against a corner. I have to warn you, the woman who runs things now, she's not what she seems. The old mayor, Pervernius, he was one day suddenly married to her, and then disappeared. They need to be stopped, these two. She has a daughter. I cannot say too much more, but you are in serious danger. I must go. But please, be very careful. You must stop them. And he starts to kind of back away and kind of look around once more. And you do see some people in the distance, but they don't massively seem to be noticing. And
I just sort of stumble. I'm just like, oh, what, huh?
He
Okay.
heads out just generally away from you at this point.
Mhm.
Thanks for the email. Successful login. Yes, I'm logged in.
What is a login?
Okay, so you catch up to the group, and by the time you reach them, you see that they're all about to head into what appears to be an inn. Let me just find it. Okay. So you all head towards a larger building that has kind of small wooden fencing with an opening that gives way to the door. You see as you're going there there's a sign above the entrance, and it says the Come On Inn.
Come on in.
I remember now.
That's great.
Yeah.
I like it.
I assume you all head inside?
Let's
Yeah.
go on in.
As
Go
you
on in.
guys head in, given that it's sort of the middle of the afternoon, there don't seem to be many people inside. And it's nowhere near as big as Berrin's. It has about 2 tables. And then some stairs to the side. It's a little bit cramped. There's a bar at the back. It's not huge. And you see across the room a male half-elf who looks quite young. Despite being a half-elf, it's not like he looks young despite possibly being hundreds of years old. You can tell from a distance that he's clearly a half-elf and not a particularly ugly one at that. He's very calmly just kind of wiping down the bar. Okay, cool, Lael. And he looks up and sees you all, and kind of throws you like a half wave and turns to get some mugs, and pulls out some mugs, puts them on top of the bar until there's 3, and then shortly afterwards, Lael, before you guys reach the bar, Lael passes through the doors and he kind of looks up, pulls out a 4th, looks at the collective 4 of you and just says, 4 ales, yes? Olivia, sorry, Lumi's old. Olivia throws up a thumbs up, and he starts to pour a mead into all four, and he kind of pushes them forwards. Says, 3 bronze.
As I approach, I just want to be like, no, sorry about that. I'd rather have a water if that's cool.
No problem. And he gets you a water and then kind of shoves the second ale over to Olivia, who put the thumbs up. So Olivia has 2. He kind of waits expectantly for the 3 bronze, looking around the 4 of you.
I take a nice sip.
I'll pay.
Sippy.
Type bastard. I'm just standing there staring at him in silence.
I'll just plop my money
Oh, we're
down.
paying. I'll plop.
I mean, just staring at us and told us 3 bronze, and you're all just standing there.
It's fine.
okay.
Olivia pays before you have a chance, Nemea.
I give him a bronze as like a tip. I'm very good.
He
now
thanks
you
you,
realise that
Olivia,
you have
and
to
then
pay.
turns to Nemea and thanks her the same.
Okay.
I can
So,
bring some
yeah, I'd
food
like
if
to,
you need anything, but
Potentially. Do you have any rooms for the night?
yes, most people that are here at the moment are denizens. I can provide you with one of the 2 rooms available.
One.
Well,
How many beds?
both are available, but
Oh, okay.
there are only 2 beds. You want both the rooms?
Is that
Yeah.
2 or 2 in 1?
But 2 rooms with 2 beds in.
2 rooms
Yeah.
with 1 bed each.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, dude.
share.
It's not a huge establishment and not particularly a huge village.
I plop down my money for 1 room and I say, you 3 can share.
Ah.
What?
It's
This
5
guy.
silver. How much money do you plop down?
5 silver.
Okay, cool. So he takes the 5 silver and he tells you it's the room on the right.
Cheers. I completely gulp down on my water and scurry off before they can stop me.
What? So this guy here, Leo, you're gonna just take a room on your own and make us all share? Are you serious?
I'm
How
gone.
dare you? The cheek.
He
This
heads upstairs
guy.
before you get a chance.
This guy. Oh my gosh. Wonders why I call him a stinking thief, man.
Yeah. You want us to like you, and then you do shit like this.
Don't know who you're talking
He's gone.
to.
No, exactly. No,
We can
this
still talk
conversation, the
the whole
mayor.
way.
Yeah, the mayor. This conversation, he's not here. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
this
not here.
is us. This is
Yeah.
between us off bits.
This fucking guy. All right. Okay. Fine.
We'll
Well,
sort
you
it out.
know.
Is there anywhere else that we can get rooms from, or is it only your establishment?
If you are simply passing through and you don't live here, this is the only place, I'm afraid. I could supply bedrolls if you wish to stay on the floor in the room. No extra charge, of course, once you...
Oh, that'd be perfect. 2 bedrolls, please, and 1 room.
He looks about you all as you have a fair amount of gear being carried with you, and he says, "It looks as though perhaps you don't need them. You already have your own.
I've got a bedroll. Yeah.
Is yours
Oh, do you?
damaged in some fashion? I can trade it out for you. You could purchase one. I don't mind. I could buy more.
No, it's fine. You're right. We've got some, apparently.
Okay.
I don't have one, so I need one, please.
No problem. And he goes into the back and comes back with a bedroll. It's like a sleeping bag, tightened very closely so that it doesn't take up much space. And he passes it over to you and just says, "Just return it in the morning. You don't need any sort of cost if you are already renting the room."
Want to go up to the room now?
Wank.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, you know, let's just make our way up there.
Okay. So Lael, getting there first, you presumably go into the room on the right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very simple room, although not tiny. It's medium. It's kind of sizable-ish. It has a single occupancy bed in the middle with enough space for, well, somebody in a bedroll either side, and there's a small chest in front of the bed for some mild storage. There's not much else in there, to be honest.
Cool. I'll just sort of plonk my bits down and just sit on the bed.
Okay. The rest of you head up shortly afterwards and you find a carbon copy on the left. You're fully aware that Lael is in the room opposite.
Okay.
I kick the door.
Your door or his door?
His door, just so I walk past, just smack it.
Okay, it just sort of widely swings open.
You have to roll. You have to roll for that.
Yeah, roll to hit. Just roll a d20 plus your strength.
Oh my god. D20. I think my strength is just 0. So yeah, everything's 0 for strength.
That one breaks a leg. Okay.
No.
So you kick it
No.
with like enough accuracy to happily kick a door open. You just kind of boot the corner in the bottom, and it swings wide open, and you just see Lael sitting there, kind of looking into his hands with his hood up. What do you do, Lael?
I just slowly get up and just walk over to it, keeping my eyes down, and just close it.
There's a creak as it closes, just basically in front of your face, Nemea. You didn't really stop, but you're about past it as he closes it once more. It clicks into place.
I have nothing to say. I move. I just go back to my room, our room, that us three are sharing.
I go and sit back on the bed.
Okay, so you guys have a number of hours until you go back to the merchants. What do you want to do?
Short rest?
You can all definitely short rest. It'll take an hour. But yeah, if anybody needs to short rest, or just generally wants to short rest, feel free to take a short rest. I'll jump us for an hour.
I
Yeah.
do indeed.
I want
Okay.
to as well.
I'm rolling the hit die.
How many hit dice should I have?
Just put one there. So if you want to roll the one. Oh wait, we're level 4. You should have 4.
Okay, so I should have 4 out of 4.
Yeah, but you seem
So guys, I'm not gonna go to sleep just straight away, man. I'm gonna go and have a drink and then just get a bit of air. That's all right.
You have some company or?
No, I'm good. Yeah, no, I'm okay. Thanks. I'm all right. Thanks for asking.
No worries.
You guys rest up. Yeah, I'll just be downstairs.
When you roll the D8 hit die, is it plus con?
Yes, you add con to every single hit dice that you roll.
Cool.
You have
Sorry.
You have all long rested before getting here, though.
Did we?
Yeah, because you were
Yeah, we've
traveling
been
on the
travelling
road, so you were sleeping nightly.
I don't know why I have like lowered stuff on here
You
then.
just haven't changed your HP.
Yeah,
from
you
the last
probably
time.
just haven't updated it.
So. Well, there we go. I'm fine then. Whatever. Continuing on. Sorry for interrupting.
No worries. Okay, so as you guys take a short rest, I'm going to pull Vice into whispers since he's downstairs and none of you will be able to hear him. BRB.
Fair enough.
I feel like we don't have the music now. I'm going to pull the music in with me. Now the music's in our room and not theirs. So Vice, I also have no
Sweet.
idea if this is recording anymore because I don't think I've ever done this on stream.
All right.
But
Okay.
presumably the stream can still hear us.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I want to go to the merchant and see whether or not if what you can see on there.
What you can see
I
in
wanna
there.
See, I want to see if they've got like nails and a hammer, or
Okay.
a glue-like substance or something, like some sort of incredible glue that I can,
Some sort of incredible glue.
some
Okay.
incredibly strong glue, or something.
Okay, cool. So you head over to Golden Territory while Steffi fucks around with her webcam apparently. Let me just check the Merchant's Guide. I don't think this is going to be the right kind of handout for this sort of thing because I think this is mostly, this is sort of more magic items and shit. Let me see if I have the other handout. This one's just a shop. Let's see if this has anything of use. General. Just trying to find some sort of glue. I'm not seeing any. I don't think it would be impossible to come across though. Like they wouldn't necessarily just go about it through magical means. Okay, so roll investigation for me as you re-enter the shop You see Tessa there. Having-
Shall I whisper it? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's /GM roll, but I think you can
No,
do
that's cool.
you can do GMR, I
oh.
believe.
/ GMR.
I believe so.
/GMR and what am I rolling for? Sorry?
Space D20 plus investigation mod.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, and it might just error. In which case, you might have to type all of GM roll rather than GMR.
Pretty sure
I think every time we talk about this, Sevi says it's GMR. So.
No, it says it's unrecognized.
Oh, try GM roll, or just GR. Maybe it's just GR. Let's. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
GR D20 -1. And yeah, that worked.
So it's just GR then, yeah?
Yeah, GR.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you said hammer and nails.
Well, I rolled a freaking D30. What? Why did it say D30 when I said the command was D?
You put a 3 instead of a 2.
Yeah, I did, yes.
Yeah, just roll it again and do a 3.
Yeah.
You'll probably get a higher result. This is classic
do it
Max.
right.
Rolling
right.
really shit. Rolling really shit on a dice that has more
is she
sides
saying
than
that
normal.
on the group, or is she? Is there something that's written on the group?
She's just said we want to make a stink bomb, but that wasn't private to me. That was just in the Roll20 chat.
Okay.
So you'd be able to see that, but yours has a yellow background. That means you're writing it in secret.
Mine's in secret.
Yeah, yours is in secret.
Enchant stinky herbs into some material and throw it in Leal's room.
We'll come back to them.
Okay.
Okay, so 14, plenty high enough to.
I'm gonna get. I want. Go on.
Cool.
I
Okay.
want this. I want these nails and a hammer.
Yeah. Hello again. Yes, I have a hammer and nails. I can get those for you. It would be.
Yeah.
It would be 1 gold for the hammer, and for the nails, let me see what I have. It has not listed them. It's probably in the fucking DMs thing rather than this thing.
To be honest, the stink bomb is a much better idea.
Are you doing this to nail his door shut? This is just
I was gonna nail his door fucking shut. Mate.
Well, you don't know about the stink bomb, to be fair. Let me just see if they have anything in here. Pittons are nails, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's 5 copper for 1.
Yeah.
It's a gold for the hammer and 5 copper for a single nail. I can do you 10 for 40 copper.
40 copper, so that's 4 silver, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I've got 40 copper anyway, so I might as well get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let me take that. And also, do you have any type of would they sell anything like pranks? Does pranks even exist in this freaking?
Yeah. In maybe not in this village, but definitely they exist in the world. I'm not too sure what sort of thing you mean. Could you describe what you're going
like
for?
It's something mischievous, something that kids purchase to kind of like play tricks on other people.
I have these, and she goes into a box to the side and pulls out a strip of what appear to be just kind of small containers. They're like maybe 1 inch long by about half a centimeter wide. And there's 10 of them on this strip. And she says, when you crack the outer casing, such as by throwing them on the ground or something like that, these make a large crack sound. It's quite disconcerting.
So like firecrackers, is that what they are?
There's no need to light them, but yes, something similar.
Okay. Do you have any firecrackers as well?
Unfortunately not, I'm afraid.
Okay, so sorry, can you just explain again what it is that these things do? They just make a loud bang.
They make like a bang noise. You know those things that you would like throw at the ground, and they were just sort of like they were like little circular things wrapped in paper.
Oh, the little gunpowder things.
Yeah. Is that what a firecracker is? What is a firecracker?
Well, no, a firecracker is the one that you light, and it would just go like a Chinese firecracker.
Yeah, that one's like. Yeah, these ones are just like one single. You throw it at the ground, it cracks and makes that loud pop noise.
Okay. Yeah, that's not really what I'm looking for. It's not. I'm looking for something a bit more. Okay. All right, no problem.
sorry to pry, but is that a cooking pan you have on your waist?
Yes, it is.
Do you spend a lot of time cooking? Are you a chef?
Yeah, I am actually. Yeah. Why'd you ask?
Well, I have one item that might be of value to you. I didn't notice earlier that this sort of thing might interest you. Bear with me a moment. And she goes into the back, and she comes back with a gold pouch. Is about like you can't see my webcam, but it's about 15 centimeters tall and fills your hand. Like 15 centimeters high, and would sit quite comfortably, like filled in your hand. She produces something that's about twice that width and twice that height, and is essentially a pouch. So it's a very large pouch. But whereas gold pouches are generally sort of made from a tanned leather and have a browny, dark and brown colour, this is white with a blue thread line around the top and then down the side. And she opens it out to you and she says, "This is one of my more finer items. It keeps any material component that you put in here, such as meats or something of that kind, it keeps them fresh for..."
No way.
Well, quite a long period. To be honest with you, I haven't tested it, but it came into my possession, and I was told that it would keep them fresh for a good number of months. If you were interested in it, I see that this would perhaps be useful for somebody of your disposition.
Yeah. I mean, how much are we talking?
Well, the item is simple, but it does have some magical properties to allow it to create such an enchantment. I could probably part with it for 40 gold. 40 gold?
Okay. Yeah, why not? You know what? I didn't come in here for something like that, and you did a really good job at being working in being a salesman, and you identified something that I probably actually do need. So yeah, sure, why not? And I'll hand over 40 gold.
So that's 41 gold and 40 copper in total.
Yep, I've done that.
So you have 10 pitons, a hammer, and I guess we can call this a chill pouch. Add it to your character sheet. I'm not going to add it to Roll20. It keeps meats cold and fresh, as far as you're aware, indefinitely.
Okay, chill pouch for so it keeps meats fresh, yeah?
Yeah, it's like putting them in the freezer, but it doesn't freeze them. They'll come out the same way they went in, but they'll be like the day you put them in.
Okay.
It essentially negates the one of your prerequisite things of being a culinary artisan. Let me just have a look at it. You have the ability to preservation, or is it preservation? Yeah, preservation. Having spent time preparing food, you've learned how to cure meats. You may now spend time preserving meats, extending their shelf life from 1 week to 1 month. This would allow. It has a limit, as in how much you're going to fit in this pouch. Like, for example, you'd probably have to cut a hog's leg in half to get the meatier section in this pouch, and then you've pretty much filled the pouch. But it will keep them fresh forever.
Okay. Cool. That's good to hear. Yeah. So
in terms of size, I would put it at about 15 inches wide by about 30 inches high. About that wide by about twice that high.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's circular, so it has the same circumference. Yeah. So he thinks you're dancing.
So he thinks I'm dancing. Oh man.
Okay. So you start heading back to the inn at this point, I assume?
Yes, please. I wanna
dance your way to the inn. I will throw us back in the room. 1 moment.
Go on. Oh my god. I completely forgot that that you were watching. I'm trying to. Josh is trying to describe something to me. I'm like, oh, is it this big? This big?
I was like, this big, little box, couple.
Oh my gosh. That was so embarrassing.
So in the meantime, you two are attempting to construct some sort of stink bomb, if I understand.
I was half joking.
No, it's okay. We're joking.
I googled it. I don't have any eggs and a spare week and a needle. Then it's onions and things. Vice has got all the ingredients. Yeah, no, we just binned it off, which is why I said I'm going to write a strongly worded letter. But I don't think I
Okay.
have any pens, so maybe
You
not
don't
that
have
either.
a quill and ink?
I mean, probably not.
Parchment.
I'm not very practical.
Not
No, but I have playing cards.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm going to play solitaire.
You play solitaire.
On my own, may I have you know?
As is the nature. Okay. So, as you guys sort of passively have this short rest, Vice, you return to the inn about an hour later, and we reach about 4 p.m. Do you want to do anything specific, Vice, as you are back in?
No, I mean, I'm ready to just go upstairs and just chill now and go grab a
so
rest.
you head into the room. Livia is there, frantically looking for things about her bag, and then seemingly just starts playing with cards. It's a game that you predominantly recognise to be a multiplayer game, but she seems to be playing it by herself for some reason. Vice, not
No,
Leia.
not Lael. Vice! I was because I was typing Lael in my notes.
Ah.
Okay.
I would invite you to play, but it's solitaire, you know.
What do you mean? Like, we made this a two-player game before.
We didn't make it a two-player game, Vice. You thought it was a two-player game. But
Okay.
you can play solitaire in front of me with your own game if you like.
I don't have any cards.
I bought you cards.
Did you? Did you buy me
What
cards?
did you do with those cards? I bought you 4 squid and a pack of cards.
Oh, I didn't remember the cards. Hang on, do I not have in my...
Should be in your inventory.
It was a gift for you to learn and practice solitaire on your own.
No. For some reason, I don't have that on my thing.
Oh, look,
But
they're in this side pocket of your backpack that you forgot about.
Oh.
She
Thank
definitely
you.
bought you
Sorry
cards.
about that. Okay, cool.
Paid for them, you've got them.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna pull them out and play some solitaire. Try and play solitaire,
Okay.
or try and learn. Yeah.
Okay. So are you guys collectively just looking to skip to dinner time?
Yeah, why not?
Like 5:ish? Lael, are you doing anything over this time?
Yeah, I'm just sort of dicking about with my dice that I recently bought.
Uh-huh.
Just having a little bit of fun and thinking about the what do you call it? Like the missive that I got for my mission or whatever. Just sort
Nemea?
of contemplating it.
No worries. Nemea, are you doing anything?
No, I'm just waiting. I'm really excited to have dinner with this old lady. So.
Okay.
Oh wait, have we? Did we hear the conversation Lael had with that woman, the man?
No.
Whisper?
No.
Oh, and did he tell us?
No.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm really excited then.
Okay. So we'll cut forward a few hours then. It gets to about 20 to 6.
But wait, can I just have a conversation with the mayor? Just say, look, don't you think it is a bit creepy how some random woman came up to you and was like, "Come to my house for dinner, you bunch of strangers"?
Nemea begins
No?
to pee.
The mayor? Are you talking to me? Sorry.
No.
No, you're not the mayor.
Oh, I thought you were talking to the
You're
mayor.
Vice.
Okay, cool.
The
No, I know that. I thought. Never mind.
aspiring cook.
Just never mind. All right.
Well known for his inability to play the lute despite being very apt at the lute.
Are they still in the chat?
Let's
Hey,
check.
I can play.
Yeah, but you don't. you prefer to wield a knife.
Okay, well, rather than asking the mayor, I'm just going to tell her that I think it's all really weird. And regardless of whatever happened, I already said last session that I think it's strange that she's invited around us house and she doesn't know who any of us are.
She's the mayor
creepy.
of the village.
Oh, now you decide to talk.
It's
Well,
just
you
the
don't get to talk now because I've been ranting at you for 10 minutes. You did say a damn word, so you'll say shut up.
Gosh.
It's not weird. It's weird. You don't just show up and be like, oh, you 3 strange travellers, yeah, come round for dinner.
It was just Nemea at the time, to be fair.
It's
Yeah, but
just-
she said to bring all her friends who she's never met.
Yeah, well, Nemea talks
How did
about
she
having
know?
a bunch of friends.
She doesn't know her
Okay.
or us. We could be murderers.
Okay.
She could be a murderer. We'll leave it there.
What sauce?
It seems like they're perhaps putting a dinner menu choice in.
Indeed.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna. I don't know why, but I just feel this sudden urge to play my lute. So I'm going to. Just break it out.
Roll
I'm
performance.
gonna
That's
flinch
exciting.
as he gets it out because I remember the story where he told me he beat a woman with it.
Hey, oh. Hey, don't
What are you
you
getting your
worry.
weapon out for? Put it away!
No, you're not challenging me, right? To a duel. Yeah.
Neither was you.
Duels in loot!
What? What? No, I'm.
Duels with loot!
Well, I totally.
We know
was
you.
mistaken. I was mistaken when she said she wanted a duel. I didn't think she
So
would.
you whacked it around the head with your loot. Yeah. Just put it down slowly. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Okay, I'm just gonna go on the other side of the room. Break out the loot.
Okay. Roll performance.
Now you
for
have
me.
to sing.
Yeah, we expect
No.
you to sing.
You can't get out a loot and then just stay silent, Max.
I'm going to
Maxi
play
Vice.
my music. Let's have a look. Oh, shame. What's going on?
Are you gonna sing?
There
Is
you
that
go.
what's gonna happen?
There you go.
Oh damn.
Yeah, he's just getting out his song sheet. Just bear with him.
I'm not getting. I'm just gonna.
Gonna get my drink
randomly
ready.
Play in my corner. Yeah.
With a nat 20?
With a nat 20. Yeah, of course. Which means
Oh, I actually rolled a d20, not just a 20.
I can't
For
go
a 200.
wrong.
Rolled a d30 earlier and got a 4.
Can't go wrong with this. Is there any way?
So,
Have I got any tomatoes so I can throw it at him?
yes.
You're gonna throw tomatoes at me?
You
With
could.
a
I don't have
D20?
tomatoes, but you do, so I can go into your
Yeah,
backpack
no,
and throw your
no.
own food at you. It's gonna be brilliant.
Stay outside of my bag.
Solitaire. It's such a lovely game.
You definitely could throw things. However, as
I
as
should
Vice
be a lyricist. I'm just saying.
lyricist, as Vice begins to play, it's such a extreme show of
Stay out
skill.
my bag. Stay out my
Dream
bag.
skill.
The lyrics could possibly use slightly more imagination. However, he fully leans into them, and you find the song to be catchy nonetheless, purely because of the intricate nature of the playing of the lute. Despite the words throwing you off a little bit, the melody pulls you back in. And for the next sort of 20 minutes or so, coming up to close to 6, Vice plays a tune that encaptures both you and Nemea, and you almost entirely forget about the fact that Lael has entirely left the group to their own devices and abandoned you all in a separate room of brooding across the hallway.
Tapping my foot.
As Vice thinks on this, he kind of incorporates the lyrics to include Lael and the strange things that's going on at the time.
He's a dirty thief. He's a dirty thief.
You know, all I can imagine, right, is, you know, Phoebe from Friends. It's like the male version. Like, stinky thief, stinky thief. Why have you got another room?
Stinky thief. Stinky thief. It's all your fault.
Lael, hearing this from across the corridor, begins to cry in his own room. No one sees it. Never let them see you cry, Lael.
Never let them see you cry.
As I cry, I look around to find if there's anywhere to
Anywhere to do what, sorry?
stash my stuff, like all my gear.
Okay, cool. You want to stash
Called
everything
under the
you
bed.
have?
You gonna get
Not
naked?
everything, but just most of the stuff.
Why?
Okay, you're not there, Namir. You have the chest in front of the bed, you have under the bed. You can roll investigation if you like.
Yeah. think it's +1 now. I need to double check. It's been a couple of weeks. Investigation. It's a +2.
He left us alone.
Okay. So there's windows in both the rooms because they mirror both sides of this building. It's not a huge building. One looking over the entrance, the room that the other three are in, and yours looking at the back that opens out onto what appears to be a relatively quiet alleyway. As you see the other buildings that are nearby, you realise that it's the backs of those buildings that look onto your window, and you think if you were to fashion some sort of rope system to allow you to essentially hang your stuff out the window, you could probably attach it in the window, close the window, and that if you did a good enough job, you'd have a bag of your things hanging out of the room that most people probably wouldn't notice, and it would be a very elaborate hiding place. You also just have, simply as I mentioned, the chest in the room and under the bed.
Okay, right. What I want to do is I want to grab the bulk of my stuff, like the belts and... Or maybe I'll keep like a small satchel attached to me, but like my bag and everything, the backpack and stuff, I want to attach it to the rope that I have and not throw it out just yet, but attach it to a part of the window.
Okay, so you take your bag off, you put everything that you want to put in it. So, sorry, specifically what are you putting in this bag that you want to leave behind?
Right. Basically, everything except my 12 sweets, my lockpicks, I've got my ring on, and I want to keep on me my black dagger and 2 regular daggers, but
Okay.
I want to attach them to me in a way that's not too, like, conspicuous, as it were.
Okay, you're able to secrete several daggers amidst your garments on the interior section using leather straps that you have, because the scabbards are already attached, that kind of thing. It's amidst your various garb as a rogue. To the unknowing person, you appear to be a lightly armoured fellow, sporting no weapons and with very few objects about their person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it comes up to about 22, 5:45. It's pretty much time to go. What are the three of you doing as Lael is spending some time doing this?
I'm playing with my hair and putting my new hair clip in it that I bought, the pretty ornate one at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, twirling
remember
with the hair, pinning it around my horns or something.
Okay.
Being cute.
Being cute.
I'm being cute.
Do you guys, Livia and Vice?
Well, no, I'm. How about short part of the short rest? Sorry, I just recover some health, right? I don't get any of my.
We have full health.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah,
have
we have
full
full
health.
health,
You
but
don't
I
need to
won't-
spend any hit dice. You recover half hit dice on a long rest. So if you had over half your hit dice, you have them all back now. It's up to you what you get on a short rest. It's dependent on what you have about your person and generally what the bard class provides. Your spell slots are back on a long rest.
won't.
But you have
Yeah,
long
that's what I
rested.
need.
You have long rested before coming to Downwarden. So
Oh, do we?
yeah, consider yourself
Okay.
consider yourself to be at long rest status. So all your spell
Okay.
slots, everything's ready.
All right. Sweet.
If you prepare
That's it.
your spells, take this moment to change what's prepared if you want to. If you don't prepare your spells, then don't worry about it.
No, that's cool. That's all I needed to know.
Cool. So
Lovely.
as I mentioned, it's close to when you guys are planning to go to dinner. She didn't say a specific time because like watches and things like that don't particularly exist. People tend to use where the sun is in the sky, but you know that it's getting close to early evening, and that's kind of end of afternoon, early evening is when she said to meet.
Cool. So am I still putting my stuff outside? Have I like fully dangled
You're
it and
done.
everything?
Everyone's ready to go at this point.
Can I
I
like
suddenly
help
feel
put it-
nauseous and must lean out of my window.
Okay. You do so.
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
It's not the same
Oh.
window that Lael is tying any of his stuff to.
I was hoping
so
they were
that's
next
fine.
to each other.
No, you're in
No.
rooms opposite each other. There's a
I
corridor
do
between your two rooms.
I'm not feeling nauseous. I am fine.
Your window looks out over the front of the building. Lael's window looks over the back.
Can I tell that the rope that I've attached it to and everything is like sturdy enough and it's gonna stay here for a while?
Roll performance for me.
That one. Back to
Please no.
everything.
What is my performance? That's a good question. +1.
Oh, damn. Mine's like
It's a good roll. It's a good roll. 17.
So you realise as you're tying the rope around and starting to set this whole system up, you're going to put the bag outside the window, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you put it down, you start to slowly let go, and you see that there's a fair amount of pull on this section of the rope. So you bring the whole thing back in and you double up the rope so that it's sort of 2 lines, and you put it back out there, and it seems much happier with that. You're almost certain that it'll hold quite happily, and you even kind of pat out the stuff against the wall so that it's not just a big sort of bulbous section. It's almost flat against the wall.
Okay. What I also want to do is quickly nab 40 gold and keep that on my
Yeah, can do.
have the rest of the money stashed there.
Okay, so make a note of your total gold to go back to, assuming your stuff's there when you come back for it.
Yeah.
And knock yourself down to 40 gold. Vice, this action that you are potentially going to take, are you happy to go through with that?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Leave it. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you.
So the 3 of you come out of your room and begin to head downstairs. Lael, you hear the 3 of them heading out into the corridor. Do you want to simply join them, or?
I join them and I want to just sort of go past and mumble to myself, or like just sort of like very quietly say to them, "We should be careful tonight."
Okay.
What do you mean?
I'm just sort of going a bit past, sort of going ahead.
Kind of half
No.
blanks you as you ask, Olivia.
I just want to say we have nothing to worry about. This old lady is lovely, and I'm really excited to eat her food. Free dinner, guys. I'm ready.
Okay. I'll be the
I
judge
just
of
thought I'd
food.
shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Okay.
Okay,
And,
bear with me.
We shouldn't keep her waiting.
Fine.
Off we go.
Okay, so the 4 of you collectively head to the northern section of the village, and you do indeed come across a large town hall. It's one of the bigger buildings in the village, and it holds that sort of steepled section that you can see in the image, though not in the same layout as that image. It has large double doors at the entrance, and it's a somewhat narrow, long room that it opens out to, though there's a bit of a foyer between this larger room, the main section of the hall, and the double doors. As you come close to the doors, you see somebody standing in front of them. It seems to be a somewhat younger girl, human. Bear with me. Okay, so there is as I said, young-ish looking human lady. She greets you all as you come close to the door. Welcome, you're all as invited. Perfect timing. Please head inside. The table's quite large. We'll all sit to simply in the middle. I can take any things from you if you need.
No, I'm fine.
I'll keep my stuff.
No problem. You can leave them behind your chairs if you wish.
I'll
Dinner
do
will
that.
be served shortly. My mother is inside.
Did she say my mother?
Yes, she said my mother is
mother.
inside.
My daughter.
Creepy.
She looks kind of old. She does look kind of old, right? Seriously. How old must her mother be? Like, damn.
This girl looks like roughly your age.
Oh, shame.
But you just got yourself old.
Oh,
What?
She opens
God,
the
I was
doors
so
for
old.
you, and like half bows her head. You notice, actually, everyone roll perception for me.
You roll perception for
Perception.
me. What do you notice?
Yeah.
Nothing. Game over.
You don't notice what we did, so it's fine.
Yeah.
oh.
Vice, as you go past, and the rest of the group go past this younger lady, you notice that as she does this this sort of subservient bow, she doesn't break her gaze from the group. She seems to be kind of looking you all over,
Oh.
even though she kind of dips her head low, and you all head past into quite a large room. But I will need to check because it's possibly fucky. No, it'll be fine. I
This
think.
old lady's fucky. Oh god.
Oh.
Oh.
I also need to remember who is who. Okay, cool. Right, I need to pull you onto this place. Bear with me.
Yay. Map. I like it when we have a map.
Yay. This means death. I won't compare to this.
Okay.
Fuck you. On down now.
Right, let me pull you over to here. And then I
Ooh,
will...
long.
Yeah, I probably should have cut this map down a little bit, to be honest.
Oh,
I didn't have time.
it's dinner time.
Are those real gods?
Real
No,
guards.
they're fake ones.
The 2 suits of armor at the bottom.
Yes, those are 2 suits of armor.
Oh.
So they're not real guards.
Oh gods, they're just.
Where's my token? Oh yeah.
Bloody hell. Give me half a second.
The giant purple one.
They're not allowed a token.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's not a huge room. The table seems to take up the center section of it, and you suspect that any of the things that take place in the main hall probably take place seated in a discussionary style manner. There appears to be a larger chair at one end, but the woman standing kind of generally in that part doesn't seem to be sitting as you head in. This character down here is the younger woman, female.
This one.
This one here.
Yeah.
She showed you in. You wouldn't have all... I mean, it's up to you. Who wants to sit on the right? Who wants to sit on the left? Do you all want to go one side? You're entirely free to do whatever you want.
I'll sit on
Is
the
this
left.
the mayor?
You don't know. You've never seen her before.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like, I want to go sit here. Just this bit.
Okay.
Sit
I
here.
will... I'm just going to shove you in slightly. There you go.
Can I sit here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go here.
Oh,
That's fine. I'll do it.
Look, if it's
Vice? Any preference?
Yeah, I'll just sit. Yeah, I'll just sit there.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just sit there.
That's fine.
Well,
Um,
right
I-
near the rogue, the thief, the charlatan.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit next to you because.
gotta keep a sneaky eye on you.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna
as-
make sure that I'll make sure you don't wander off. Yeah.
As you all take a seat, Nemea, you recognise Agaria at the top of the room. She's slightly greener in token. I'm given that one of their tokens is slightly greener and one of them slightly bluer. I'm just going to mark them as
Yeah.
green and blue.
Yeah.
Are they? Oh, yes, so they are.
Yeah, they are. They're the same token otherwise. So Agaria sees the 4 of you enter and says, "Thank you, Melika. Welcome, everyone." And you all kind of flood in. She recognises sort of where you're going to sit, and she comes on down to about here.
We could have sat closer to her. We could have walked.
Melika, please bring out some of the entrees, if you will. And she comes and sits about here.
Ugh.
I want to say I want to like kind of wave to her and then say hello, and I'm really excited and thank you for.
Why did you turn into a giddy school child? Does this woman look like a nan or something?
Yeah, and I respect
She's not
all
a tiefling.
of my elders.
I want to pipe up slightly and just be like, Is it just going to be the few of us, or are there any other people coming?
Yes, welcome, miss. I'm glad to have you all. She responds to the mayor first.
Oh.
It will. I thought it would be proper for me to introduce newcomers to the village, to Downwarden.
Do you not get many people coming through, or do you do this for everyone that comes through the village?
Oh, those who seem to be interesting in nature, I would welcome here, but no, outside of simple meetings of the village, not many grace the main hall. Malika
Okay,
heads
so-
off to a doorway, which, given that there are sort of edges to this map that don't really show up very well, I'm just going to draw a yellow line here. That is a doorway to what appears to be a kitchen.
What made us, or the mayor, so interesting?
Well, it's not often that you see a group such as yours so heavily equipped and travelling, it seems.
Yep, and fearsome. Fearsome.
Most of those who
Fearsome.
pass through Downwarden are simply looking to trade. Occasionally we trade in cattle. It's one of our better exports from Downwarden. We're well known for the hardier and somewhat larger nature of the cows we breed here, and it served our village well. And certainly we trade with the capital and the like. But as I say,
I'm afraid we're not
many-
looking for any cows.
No, that's what made you catch my eye, actually.
We just
Okay.
needed somewhere to stop for a night or two just to stock up while we continue on.
I see, and you'll be moving on
Are
quite
those-
swiftly then.
Yes,
Well,
that's the plan.
Yeah. I don't suppose in this big old mansion you guys have got like a room to rent by any chance?
Not to rent, I'm afraid. No, simply my own and Malika, my daughter's.
How long have you been mayor? Mayor?
A number of years. My husband, you see, he was the old mayor, and well, he seems to have left me in his stead. Not quite sure where he went out to, unfortunately. But I like to think that I've done a good job.
You're not sure where he went? Are you saying your husband's missing?
He is indeed, I'm afraid, for
You
quite
must
some
be
time.
fraught with worry.
I certainly was, but as I said, it has been a couple years, and I feel the burden of this city has somewhat fallen to me, and I focus on simply fulfilling that role. I'm in no state to send anyone to find such a man, and to be honest with you, I'm really not sure where he went. He spoke not at all of adventuring or going out to trade or anything of the like.
What if he came to harm? Does that not worry you?
Unfortunately suspect that may well have been the case, my dear.
Ooh. I'm
Did
sorry.
he ever give you any idea as to where he travels to, anywhere that he's ever been?
Not at all. He was here for quite a while before my daughter and I came through, and naturally, over the years, our relationship grew, and we were wed, and not too long ago, he simply wasn't there one day. Anyway,
So where are you and your daughter from originally?
Oh, we've travelled for a while. We've been all around a bit of southern Bela'Dun.
To Starvin and Aegis, you're familiar with?
I've not been to the capital, and I have passed through Aegis, though I didn't spend an extended period there, I must admit. But no, no real
Fair enough.
homestead before Downwarden. In fact, it was one of the reasons we decided to stay.
That makes sense. It seems quite a quiet place to stay, but there you go.
Yes, but I found
makes
that
you happy?
people somewhat need me here now, especially with my husband's disappearance. But anyway, I asked you here for hopes of perhaps a tale or two of your own. I'm quite interested in the acts of adventurers. You always live such frivolous lives. You must have some stories of your own.
Well, I
Wow.
guess.
We've been on quite the adventure, really. We started. Where did we start again, Vice?
We started in my
My
town, which
hometown.
is my hometown, yo.
Or commonly known as.
Commonly known as town. What's my freaking? I
As
forgot what it was called. Was it
hometown.
Moorhen? Was it Moorhen?
It was
I think it was
Moorhen.
Moorhen.
Moorhen, there we go.
There we go, Moorhen. Yeah. It's just a river village, and these guys stumbled across. Well, we all kind of stumbled across each other at my village. I originally was a top chef in my village, and I traveled the lands just looking for different cuisine, different taste experience, and experience in life and flavors and all that. But I decided to settle down in Moorhen, and then I bumped into these guys, and I've been adventuring ever since.
Quite interesting. And have you come across any danger in that time?
Why, yes, much
Yeah.
danger. We have fought many a foe.
Oh, please do explain. Go on. At this point,
Oh, well, I
Malika,
wouldn't want you not at dinner. It's not quite dinner talk. I wouldn't want to put anyone off their food.
at this point, Malika returns with some various meats and sets them about the table. Nemea,
Oh, sandwiches!
Sandwich.
Stop doing that!
There are breads and meats. You could probably fashion a sandwich. Nemea, she throws you a look that kind of catches you off guard. It's like she's scared for a moment, and then but only at you. She looks in your direction, throws you a look of kind of worry, and then turns back to the table and just carries on smiling once more. Puts the food down and sits for a moment and starts.
Did I notice that?
No, you are not in the direction that would have been able to notice that. Vice, you can roll perception for me though.
Okay.
Be perceptive, Vice. Oh,
You
that's
don't
Ah.
notice anything.
fucking.
Oh. Well.
Did you read my message that I put in the chat like 5 minutes ago?
It was just, can I close for her mannerism and speech to see what kind of person she is? The older woman or the younger woman?
The older woman. She was talking.
Roll insight for me.
Thank you.
You can talk out loud, you know.
I know, but you were talking about stuff.
Fair enough.
I want to say something to is it Malika, the younger girl?
Yeah.
I want to ask her where if she could show me to the nearest outhouse or little lady's room. Would she take me there?
Ew, you want to do anything to the toilet with her? Sorry.
Certainly, I'll show you the way. It's just off of the kitchen, and she
Oh yeah.
heads you. She kind of waits for you to stand, and you both head up to this doorway.
Show her the way.
Can I insight check the woman from when she was
Yeah,
talking
you
to me?
can.
Cool. I don't think you saw it.
What was that? What was that thing again about? Was it an insight check to see if they were lying?
Yeah,
was
it's
it?
more just to see what you generally get from a insightful perspective. Go away, fly. Yeah, feel free to roll it as well. I'll have the three of you roll it whilst Amir's doing something else. So Lael, she seems quite honest enough. She just seems to be an older woman that's interested in the strange tales of adventurers, though she's not massively getting much back from you guys currently.
Okay. Well,
Vice, you don't get much more than that. Seems sort of simple enough. Livia, you suspect somewhat that she is turning the conversation round on you guys more than anything else. But that's not abnormal for somebody that seems to have invited adventurers. She's invited you here. She's obviously taken an interest for some reason. But you do feel as though you haven't learnt much about her. Nemea,
it's true.
as you head out with Malika, she takes you through the kitchen and sort of points to a doorway that has like a simple laboratory style setup. But bear with me one moment. If you have a moment before we go back into the room.
Of course, I wanted to speak to you.
Oh,
So-
yes, what can I help you with?
You kind of caught me off guard with that with your look there, and we've heard some troubling rumors through the village about your mother, and I just wanted to talk to you and ask if you were.
I I'm not surprised. And she kind of looks over at the doorway that connects from this room to the main hall. And she says, there is a lot more to her than she seems. She's not simply an older woman without any strength. She has an ability to... She kind of leans in close to you and she just says, change her form. It's quite frightening, and I think that perhaps the people of this village are being dealt with if they speak out against her. And she looks at the door once more. I don't wish for anything to happen to me. You will keep all of this a secret, yes? I can count
Yes.
on you?
Yes, of course.
And do you think perhaps with... It just seems that you're all such armed and I would
Yes.
assume somewhat capable. Perhaps you could do something about it. It would be to the benefit of the entire village.
Are you asking us to kill your mother?
I fear that it may be her or the rest of us,
Why are you cracking up?
given time.
I love how she actually whispered.
And then she kind of looks back at the door once more and she's like, yes, it's just over here. And she kind of motions towards the door again.
Thank you.
Okay. And she turns and like takes wine, and as you're about to pass through the doorway and she's getting some bottles of wine, she looks over to you and just says, oh, will you help? Will you do as I need?
I just need to check with the others.
Okay. Okay. And she
Hey guys,
goes
come on.
back through the door and
All
brings out
she
some wine.
hears is the loudest poop.
The mayor immediately begins shitting before she's even left the room. But she comes-
S22.
The first
Number
one.
2.
She comes back and puts a number of bottles of wine on the table. There's about 3 bottles. She has to go back in to get the third and come back out. There's already goblets on the table, and the meats are still there. As she sits down, she says,
I was making my sandwich.
there will be quite a large roast in a moment. It's just cooking. And she kind of looks at her mother, and her mother looks back at her. It seems simple enough, the exchange between the two, and she looks out at you and she reaches for a bit of bread and just eats a small piece of bread. So, please tell me what else has happened in your time before Downwarden. Have you done anything close to the village?
To this village?
Yes.
Well, we've fought slime, we've been in dungeons, we've met a monk and a demon or two. You know, the usual adventuring kind of
Demons?
things.
Well,
Yes, he was rather frightful.
That's quite unusual.
Oh yes. Dealt with him in a jiffy though. Right like that.
We did, yeah.
Quite a powerful gathering you have here, then.
Yeah, red, big horns, like this. Sorry. I don't know what to
It's like you weren't even...
Olivia breaks herself.
I am laughing at the sandwich Vice is making because it is looking rather comical.
It's basic.
Big horns.
Lay out roll investigation.
French butter.
Vice is slowly putting together a sandwich as though he's never even heard of any of the parts that would make up a sandwich.
Right, okay.
He picks up
Do
a
you
piece
think-
of bread as though it's the first time he's seen bread. And
You
he's-
see this demon with the big horns? Well,
Big horns.
he lived in a bottle, and we sort of went into this box. Box. I said bottle. I meant box. Oh, sorry, the wine's distracting.
No, Mayor, you're
and-
back at this point.
He seemed to have a thing for our friend here. Wanted to possess him. So the mayor over there did some cool shieldy magic, and we just hammered into him. And then poof, gone, poof, out the box. Carried on our merry way.
I see, and
Yeah.
quite interesting. Have you come across any powerful artifacts in your travels?
No, all just really standard, bog boring stuff. We were hoping your blacksmith would have some really cool stuff, but we just haven't quite got the gold there yet, you know?
I see. Yeah, he's
Mm.
quite capable.
Yeah, well, this is why we're thinking we're going to Starvin, you see, because we're thinking we'll be able to make some more money and get some better gear, because at the moment it's all very, very basic and, you know, standard.
Okay. Well, yes, you'll certainly find some very accomplished establishments in the capital.
Oh, I thought you said you hadn't been.
Well, the reputation of the location speaks for itself. It's, well, Downwarden can hardly compare, I imagine.
Oh, well, that's true. I'm from Starvin, you see, so I know exactly what it's like, and you're right, it is rather impressive.
Quite.
Alright, it's the wine.
Why?
Malika heads off at this point and comes back with a very large poultry item. It's a chicken. And then goes
Some
back
game.
into the kitchen once more and produces another that is similar in ilk.
Ooh, is this a pheasant?
No, it's also just a chicken.
Doll.
And
Crappy mare. Ah! Sandwich! Is that actual bread?
put it in the webcam.
Yeah, it's actually
Transfer.
You weren't meant to eat the sandwich, Vice!
Well, you know, I've got some more. I'll make you some more. Oh, don't worry. I mean, I made you one right there. It's right.
As you guys talk back and forth and eat, it seems that Agaria is interested in like roughly three things: previous adventures, any kind of objects you gained along the way, and how soon you'll be leaving Downwarden. Malika doesn't talk much, but occasionally she will like laugh or show a moment of shock as you tell a more surprising part of a story, and then she immediately kind of catches herself and becomes closed a little bit more. And every time she becomes closed, you see the mother kind of throw her a look, but the look doesn't really give way to much more than just overseeing her and how she's being in this environment. Malika.
Malik. Oh, sorry.
I want to
Malika.
stand up.
Okay.
And just be like, hey, can I get shown to that restaurant, please?
Oh yes, I can take you on through. About an hour has passed since all this has gone down. Nemea, do you want to do anything at the table before Lael leaves with Malika? He's fully across the table from you. He's like the longest distance, short of Livia.
I just kind of want to give him a look. A kind of worried look.
Okay.
I'll just sort of nod in like knowing. Because I think from what I've heard from other dudes and stuff, I think I'd probably sort of assume something.
Yeah.
Like she probably knows something.
Okay.
Just
So
reassure.
you get up, she takes you through to the other room, and because she has kind of seen that you haven't said anything to Nemea, Nemea hasn't said anything to anyone else, she kind of just audibly says, "It's just this way, sir." She points
Thanks.
towards the door.
So how old is Malika? Malika.
I want to observe my surroundings, like inside, like on the way to the restroom to sort
Okay.
of see if there's any other...
Yeah, roll investigation for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe this is her 27th summer.
Oh, lovely age.
She's a good girl, quite timid, but yes, she helps me out and fulfills her role in the village. Lael, you notice that there is a stairway at one end of the kitchen area, aside from the door that leads to the restroom, and the only other door is the one you came through that leads to the main hall.
Okie doke.
So where were you travelling or staying when she was born?
I believe
Locals are here?
I believe it wasn't too far from Aegis, actually.
Oh.
Where she was born exactly was not too far from a small village just off the main road, coastal. I can't quite recall the name. We weren't there for long.
You've always travelled with her then?
Yes, it's not been too difficult. We looked for a place that was of a size that suited us, and to be honest with you, it was meeting Pascal that led us to stay here.
Pascal, is that your late husband?
Well, I do hope that he is okay, though he hasn't returned, but yes, is Pascal.
Has no one else in the village wanted to find out where he went? Or had the means to go looking for him?
Oh,
I
yes,
appreciate
there was-
you stayed here to, do mayor things.
There was quite a search at the time,
Oh.
but as I say, it was a number of years ago now, and we didn't turn up much, I'm afraid. Leo, roll stealth.
What for a cheeky, sneaky peek?
Roll P.
I'm rolling to pee.
How
Finally, the rolls
unfortunate.
that matter.
Malika comes back through to the main room.
See if you can catch that angle.
Okay. So you exit the restroom after hearing the door close into the other room. What do you want to do?
Head towards the stairs.
Okay. So you go to the stairs. It's quite a high roll. Roll
And
investigation for me
die.
again.
Another investigation roll, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you pass through the kitchen without Malika in the room, specifically the layout of the room is this. The whole thing is encompassed by a brick wall, but it only fulfills kind of 3 sides because the other side is mostly the door. There is some brick there, but you can tell that 2 corners match what is essentially the corner of the house, almost. Around the edges of this room are the kind of amenities that you would expect to find in a kitchen. There's like a cooker or a cook space where they would heat logs and use that to cook meats. There's a fair amount of cupboard space. There's a lot of desktop space. There's several knives and things like that to cut the meats and things. Just generally prepare food. There's basins for water. There's quite a large carpet in the center of the room that looks expensive-ish, but not that expensive. Definitely not beyond the means of a mayor. The stairway is simple and wooden, but looks sturdy and well made, regardless of the lack of any kind of ornate nature. There's no other doorways, and as you head upstairs, if you wish to, you find 2 simple rooms, one larger than the other, one not incredibly dissimilar from the come on in, where there's a single bed in it and some things. You also find in that room simple side tables and flowers about it, and in the larger room, which you assume to be the mother's, it's the same kind of setup with a bigger bed and like space for a wardrobe, where clothes are laid out and things like that. Other than those things, you kind of have everything you would expect. There's some things kind of boiling to a simmer and cooling down in the kitchen, pots full of water and whatnot. That's about it.
Okay, so in the bigger room, is it just like a wardrobe and a bed and like some tables and things?
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
Any containers or anything?
There's chests and things that you can open up. They house simple like transactions in the village and stuff like a kind of ledger. And there's some notes on past discussions, people talking about where the boundaries are between farmlands, because it seems 2 of them connect. And there's been discussions in regards to people kind of encroaching other people's farmland. There's been notes. There are some notes about the people in the village and their disposition and what they're like, almost as if the mayor is kind of using this to remind herself who's who and what they're like.
Okay. Yeah, I guess since I haven't really found anything too interesting, I'll want to head back as quickly as possible so I'm not away too long.
Okay, so you head back to the table. Okay. It seems like they're deep in conversation when you return, so nobody hugely notices your return, but Malika does kind of throw you a look of just like half noticing that you were gone slightly longer than she would perhaps expect. It gets on to about 7:30 in the evening. Is there anything else you guys want to do as conversation continues on in this vein? Malika heads
Um,
into the back room a couple more times to kind of clear plates and things like that. If any of you want to go with her, you can.
Yeah, I'll give her a hand.
Okay. As you sort of announce that you'll help her out and you start sort of reaching for plates and things like that, Agaria turns to you and is just like, no, you're my guest. Please, my daughter can handle those things.
Oh no, don't be silly. Us adventurers are used to clearing up on ourselves. Help. You've been kind enough to host us all evening. It's the least I can do. And then I pick up some plates and start walking off.
That's kind. She kind of turns back to the group and looks at Vice, who, you were telling a tale, Vice, before this happens, and she kind of motions for you to continue.
what was I saying before?
How much can we put him on the spot?
Yeah. So.
Big horns.
Big old horns. Big old horns.
Play a song, Vice. You know, if you.
Oh, would you like? Yeah, would you like to
Song.
hear a song?
Oh, certainly. Are you quite accomplished?
At beating women, maybe.
Well, no. I
No.
Oh, well, I suppose if you wanted to try your best, I'd certainly be willing to listen. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Let me just roll for that then, Lael. Lael, nobody has noticed.
Oh,
Oh, I was going to leave him a tray of food. I won't worry about it.
No, everyone's passive perception is too low, given the booze.
I haven't actually been drinking,
There's been wine.
so I didn't say I drunk it.
Well, it was kind of brought out, and you didn't say you weren't drinking it. Were you not drinking it?
No, I was not. I do not trust this woman in the slightest.
Okay. But you've been
Creepy.
eating the food.
Oh yeah, I've been eating the food.
What were you drinking?
I wasn't. I just poured a glass of wine and let it sit there, so that it looked like I was drinking.
I feel like that is a little bit late to sort of suggest such a thing. But okay,
You can't
fine.
tell me I'm drunk when I've not said I've
I
chosen.
say you were
to-
drunk, but fine. Okay, so anyway, you've headed into the back room. Vice begins to play a medium level skill tune, and it's not accompanied by lyrics, as he sort of notices that he's a little bit off his game and tries to focus a little bit longer so that the tune is slightly more believable. Livia, you head into the back with Malika, and she very apologetically thanks you several times over for bringing the things through.
I'll just say there's no need. It's only a small help. Something like that.
Of course. But it's just not massively normal for guests to assist with this sort of thing, so thank you.
Well, we're not your massively normal guests, apparently, so...
No. Have you spoken to your friend at all?
Oh, which one? One of the boys or the purple one?
The purple one.
That
Yeah.
dirty.
No, not since we've been here. Why, is she okay? Is something wrong?
Oh, yes. Perhaps if you get a chance, you could have a word?
Privately?
No, just when you get a moment, but it's fine, perhaps once you've gone for the evening. It's getting late after all.
There's something I want to do.
Okay. So sort of shrug her off and be like,
Okay.
okay, weird, but sure.
She heads back into the room after this happened. What do you want to do, Nemea?
I wanted to go up and with my holding my wine, looking a little bit kind of staggered over, and kind of start dancing next to Vice, and then accidentally pour my wine onto Vice.
Okay.
You what?
Have you been drinking?
Yes, I have.
Okay, roll deception for me.
Okay. What is my deception? +4. Oh, nice. I never use.
She's a charisma-based caster.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So you do so pretty effectively. As Vice is playing the music, it's not out of place for you to dance, although it's slightly, it's not really happened
Weird.
before in the group. But it doesn't catch Agaria off guard massively. You head over, just sort of generally getting closer to where the sound is coming from, and then trip over the stool slightly, and spill the wine on him, and it's pretty convincing. Vice,
Like, oh!
Oh, God!
Ah!
What are you doing?
I'm really sorry. I know where the kitchen is and the bath. I can go wipe you. Come with me.
I can wipe you down.
I can wipe
yeah,
you.
I mean, yeah, wipe me.
Let
yeah.
me wipe you.
Okay.
Take him into the
It's-
kitchen.
It's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Wow,
I'm
she's
just,
not been paying
just gonna-
attention. I'm rolling for Agaria occasionally, but she's rolling fucking low. So as Livia returns at this point, and kind of sees the whole thing going down, it's enough of a distraction that you two seem to that you two are able to head off by yourselves into the kitchen.
Okay.
Malika kind of comes with you and just said, like, she looks at her mother and is just like, "Oh, sorry, I'll make sure they have cloths and things," and she disappears as well.
Okay.
Okay. Now that
What
we're,
happened?
I want to be like, Vice. We have
What?
a situation.
What's the situation?
This.
What?
this
Other than what's on my
A
guard?
wine.
That was
Yeah.
deliberate. I'm sorry. This
Oh, right. Okay.
What?
lady, she's some kind of shapeshifter. Her daughter is really frightened of her. The village frightened of her. She wants us to kill her, and I don't know what to do. And I'm just drinking away in my sorrow, and I'm not quite sure what to do. What should I need to tell the others, and I don't know how to do it. Help.
Well. Okay. Are we sure? The daughter said that.
Yes, she
The
did. She
the
wants
daughter
us
said
to
she.
kill her mother.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie though. She has been acting a bit weird out there. You know.
She's a shifter. I don't
okay.
know what she can change into.
Oh, freaking hell. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we somehow need to get the message over to the other guys, right?
Yeah, what should we do?
Gosh, I don't know what is the best way to get the message over to them. Have you got like a pen and paper or something? Have you got? You've got pen and paper, don't you?
I do.
Can't you like write a note or something like and just give it to them? Like,
I'm just scared of getting caught. Do you think she'd notice? She is old.
I don't know. I mean, she is old, but you know, maybe we could cause another distraction. Right? I could play a really good song this time.
Okay, we'll do that.
Um,
Want to scribble out on like some torn pieces of parchment, and quickly write out.
I mean, we can't keep.
Yeah.
We can't keep. No, you need to be direct. Like, daughter wants
Okay.
grandma dead or whatever.
Okay.
Because
Do you
Danger-
guys, between the two of you, have a quill?
Yes.
no,
I-
Yes,
yeah,
the mayor does.
the mayor's got it.
Okay, Nemea has the various tools. So what do you write on this message, Nemea?
Like danger. Old lady, not what she seems. We need to
Shape.
talk. And like some little pieces of like torn parchment.
Okay.
You tear off a corner of parchment.
Yeah.
I thought something more specific, like
Vice, you see her start the message with just danger. Feel free to jump in if you...
Button at any point.
I mean,
Point.
Like an SOS
I mean-
message. Danger.
Danger.
I
No
am
time to write many words.
Just like be straight up about it because we can't keep. We're you know it's looking too suspicious. Like, you know, us all leaving the room all the damn time.
This has been
So
over
it's-
about a 3
I mean, it's been
hour
over like
period.
3 hours.
Yeah.
We've all left once.
It's not
or
been that
something.
bad. It's been over a 3 hour period.
Okay,
But you're,
right, yeah,
you're
I
not
think- I
wrong.
think-
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I think just definitely just say it straight and be like, look, danger. Old
Danger.
woman's not
Will
what
Robinson.
she seems. She's a shapeshifter. Daughter wants her dead or something. I don't know.
But I
just
didn't
be
want to
straight up.
incriminate her daughter if she finds one of these. I didn't want
ugh.
her daughter to be in danger herself, so I wanted to keep her out of it. As possible.
Just okay. Just okay. We need to kill old woman or something because I don't know. I don't know what else to say. You gotta be. If we can't really be obvious about it, if we need to protect the daughter, then and we need to tell the guys.
Yeah.
You know what? Just write whatever you think is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Rewind. Just
You
do
know,
what you were doing.
let's just do what
Yeah,
you did.
I
Yeah.
Kill
just
old
like
woman is scribbled out at the bottom of the message.
So
This is
once I
mostly
have these,
Go on, sorry.
once I have these notes, I want to walk back into the room.
Okay, what does the
Uh,
message say? Write it in, roll 20.
Okay.
At this point, you guys have been gone about 10 minutes. Lael is mostly saying nothing and just sort of looking out around the room awkwardly. He's on the men's side of the prom.
He's on his phone.
Livia and Agaria, she's kind of just looking at the two of you still, but not getting much back from Lael. What are you talking about, Livia?
Where her name's from.
Oh, it's an old family name.
Oh.
I believe
Your mother?
No, I believe my grandmother was called Agaria, and obviously Hawksbane has been our name for quite a while.
Interesting. So what did your family do? Merchants, I assume, mayor seems to be a new thing for you. What did your family used to do?
Yes, my mother assisted my father as a tanner, and I believe before that, my grandmother was a merchant for a spell and did well enough to retire quite young. Retire. I'm afraid I don't know before that. What about you?
Oh, well, my family are from Stalvin, and we are part of the holy place of Orella, and that's where we grew up, you know.
Oh, how very nice. And your parents?
In the temple.
Your parents serve Orella as well?
Oh, yes. Brought me up in the temple, good and proper.
And theirs? Yeah, it works
No.
both ways, bitch.
No, they came from separate villages, and once they met, they eloped and moved to Stalvin to follow their dreams.
Oh,
Very romantic,
amazing.
really.
Yes.
Lovely.
So Nemea and Vice come back at this time, and Nemea, I need you to roll sleight of hand.
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Sorry, I did say that Malika kind of came through, but I'm going to say that she saw the two of you kind of talking and like threw you a look, Nemea, and then just went back through to like keep up appearances. Okay. Okay.
Oh God.
So as you come back round, Nemea, and you pass this message to Lael, you drop it on the floor, and Lael, you see her drop this, and so does pretty much everyone else. Agaria kind of looks over at the two of you confused.
What?
Malika's been there most of the time. But you see her kind of immediately look to her daughter and then like look back at the rest of you, and she looks at you, Lael, and just says, "It seems your friend is trying to pass you something. Show it here, girl. We'd like to see what you have."
He's Lael's left the room. He's downstairs.
Vice, that's not really... I mean, you
I'm
can
sorry.
roll sleight of hand, Vice, but that's not going to be very easy to hide.
No!
Yeah, it's not gonna be very easy to hide.
Well, a crossbow's not a small item.
Oh my
If
God.
you want to try anyway, feel free to roll.
See, I've got. I feel like I need to prepare for, you know.
Oh no.
Why are you acting? What is it? The music or is it me?
Do you like magic?
Yes, of course, but I'd like to see what this item is.
See, what the mayor was trying to do is, it's a common thing when we're with a group of friends, or, well, not so much friends, but new people who don't know us so well. We like to put on, you know, like a little bit of a show. So, Mayor, do you want to hold up the piece of paper?
Oh, it's just a love note. I don't want
What?
to share it with the guys.
You like me!
This is a love note. I don't want to. I can't show this to you.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, I'm so mortified. I'm so sorry. What are you two playing at?
Is it a love note or is it some sort of trick?
Oh, it wouldn't be a trick, but I don't think you want to read that. They have been acting awfully shifty now you say it. Oh my gosh. Why didn't you tell us? You've been traveling for months.
Oh, Lord.
Nemea, I need you to roll either deception or persuasion, depending on whether or not this is true.
Okay. It's definitely deception. It's my panic.
Sick burn.
Can I cast guidance on her, knowing that this is all nonsense?
I mean, not without that being definitely seen.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, no, actually, it's touch anyway. I'm not next to her.
Okay.
Okay, so you say all of this, Nemea, and it's very convincing. Livia, you believe it too, and Vice the same, and Agaria kind of rests back in her chair in a little bit, and she just looks at the two of you and is like, you certainly make an odd couple, but very well.
Oh, my God. You two? Really?
All them times you guys were hunting.
Oh,
times you were hunting in the
no.
forest.
You haven't. Oh, that's why you were so mad at him earlier. It
man.
makes so much sense.
Oh, all this time.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
do
you know what?
sincerely apologise that this, our dirty laundry, as you might say, has come out at this, of dinner of yours. I do apologise. The mayor put. Oh, no, oh, wait.
Nemea, you're in a position to carry on passing it to Lael if you want to.
I'll just come back and sit. That's
Okay.
I'm
Bright
so-
red, I hope. Oh, well, bright purple, whatever.
Well, that's
So wait.
I think that might well be quite enough excitement for one evening for me.
Oh, yes, and for us, I think. Thank you for such a lovely evening, and the meal's been wonderful, and your daughter's been a fabulous hostess as well as yourself. But
Thank
yes, I
you.
think it's
It's-
getting
it's
quite late,
been,
and
It's been excellent having you all. As it sounds, you may well be moving on shortly, but if you come through this way again, I'd be more than happy to welcome you.
oh, wonderful. Well, we'll make sure to pop and say goodbye before we leave.
Oh, don't trouble yourself. That's fine, but certainly if you pass by, no problem.
Okay. Well, have a lovely evening, the both of you.
And to you
Thank-
all.
Yep.
Thanks. I'm so sorry for the trouble. Thank you.
Not at all. We've all been your age. She
Get out.
She heads back into the more central section of the main hall, and you all flood out.
As soon as we're like at the bottom of the like a house and you have like an entryway, like, and you get to the main road, like that kind of
Yeah.
place. I'm gonna turn around and point my finger in their faces and be like, "You dirty, dirty little rats! How dare you not tell us all this nonsense has been going on?"
I'm sorry.
Well, you should be.
She's left the room now, right?
You're outside.
We're
now.
outside.
Oh, can I now slip her the note?
Why would you slip the note? You could talk.
Livia the note, yeah. So Nemea discreetly hands you a note, Livia,
In front of everyone.
in front of everyone, and away from the town hall, as you guys are sort of slowly making your way back to the inn. And you have a note that says "Danger."
I'm just
in
gonna look
capital
at it
letters.
like, I don't want this.
And for some
And
reason,
try and give it back.
danger is in speech box. So she hands it back to you, Nemea.
I haven't opened it. I think it's a dirty love note. I gave it back.
No, it's Olivia.
Livia, just
Read it,
open.
Scott!
Look, it doesn't even matter. Look, it's not a
You
love
read
note.
it then.
It wasn't a love note. All right, it wasn't a love note. It was a message about that old freaking wrinkled woman in there.
All right, not so loud. Let's keep walking.
She's not what she seems, Livia.
Okay, I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna read this.
Okay. Lael is still with
Yeah.
the group, hood up, ignoring the whole awkwardness the whole time. The letter, as you can see, says "danger" in speech marks for some reason, all in capitals. Maya is not what she seems. A shapeshifter. We need to talk. And then it just scribbles off. It seems like she's scribbled out the tops and bottoms of the words "kill old woman," but you're unable to successfully make out that bit because of the scribbles.
What is this? What do you mean she's a shapeshifter? What did I miss?
You're about halfway back to the inn at this point.
You need to start talking, and from the beginning.
Right. Her daughter, she took me to the side. She told me her mother is terrifying. Everyone's scared of her. She's a shapeshifter, and everyone's scared she's gonna kill everyone. And the daughter wants us to kill her. And I'm freaking out. And I've been drinking way too much, and I don't know what to say.
All right. You simmer down. How do we know that she's actually done anything wrong? I mean, I'm all for that she's creepy, and I didn't trust her. No way. But like, to kill someone that's extremely dramatic. What has she actually done other than be a shapeshifter?
Exactly. That's why I didn't do anything.
Do either of you two know anything about this? Huh?
Who? Me?
Well, there's only 4 of us, and I'm already talking to the mayor.
I didn't really say that she's a shapeshifter. I said to you to read the message. It doesn't matter anymore. Yeah.
So
I was prepared to shoot her. I'm just letting you know now.
Right, we don't know anything. What did we say about you making your own decisions? You were bad. You ran in and scared that lady in the shop because you don't think before you do. Bad. Yeah, that's what I thought. What about you? Did this weird daughter say anything to you? I'm talking to Leia.
No, not really.
Did you see any? You're sneaky. Did you go anywhere? Did you do anything?
You're
I came to
sneaky.
your
You're
sake.
sneaky.
Say that again, Lael.
I said I just came for your sake. I just come with the group.
Okay, well, if she is a creepy shapeshifter woman, needs to be killed. That is not okay in my books. I don't just take on random commissions from people we don't know to murder their mothers.
Alright, so
I need more.
do you want to go question? You want to go question some people in town?
Well, I want to go to bed, and then maybe in the morning maybe we can try and get hold of this daughter. Maybe meet her or send her a message or something. We try and get in touch with the daughter and actually get some more details.
Okay, the mayor, write her a message.
No, not the mayor. Get a grocer or something to say that she's got some eggs to pick up. You know, generic, normal townsfolk notes. You weirdo. Well, I'll go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. Who's got the bed, by the way?
You, I have
I'll take the floor. I don't really care.
I'm sleeping on the floor. I'm wine drunk. I'll sleep like a baby. It's fine. I'll go on the floor.
All right, I'll go to bed. We'll switch up tomorrow, Mayor, when you're not wankered.
Oh, thank you. I just lay on the floor.
I don't know if we're back yet, but that's what I'm planning.
You guys come back in. The barkeep that none of you have the name of throws you a wave and recognizes you, and you all.
Could I go and not get a glass of water for him and give it to the mayor?
Yeah, he passes you one, no charge, and he sees the rest of you are heading towards the stairway, and just lets you go on through. You head on up, and if no more conversation takes place, you all head to sleep, happily enough. Okay. So as the 3 of you go up to your room, Lael.
Right, turn around while I take my armor off.
It's loud.
Okay. Do you want me to just leave? I don't mind. I'll leave. I'll go outside. You just tell me when you're done.
You wait outside the door.
I mean, that's 10
leave
minutes
her,
it's going to
she's
take
fine.
for you to take that off. Yeah, I got to wait outside for 10 minutes. I might as well go downstairs. You alright?
Fine, don't. And I'm just going to start taking my armor off in front of him.
Ah! Okay, I'm gone.
Vice starts heading back downstairs.
Gosh. Oh,
Lael,
right, okay.
In the minute or so you have, what do you do outside of that statement?
Well, as everyone heads up to bed, I want to go outside.
Okay, so by the time you come down,
Smoke a
Vice,
spliff.
Lael is gone.
Smoke a spliff.
What shady characters do, right?
You aren't certain as to whether or not Lael stayed down here or went up to his room, to be honest, because you were in your room for a couple minutes. So as you come down, Vice, the main section is empty. It's quite late now. It's coming up to about 9 p.m. Or 9 in the evening. and the guy behind the bar seems to just be like, you can only really see sort of shoulders to head, like the bust, because he's sitting on something, kind of leaning back behind the bar.
Okay. I'm just gonna grab a drink then, and I'm gonna have a chat with the bar guy.
Okay.
He's going to tell you that the bust is of
It's
Queen
him.
Vic.
It's all you can see from behind the bar. It's not a
Oh.
separate bust.
Is a bus.
So two copper, and he gives you a flagon of mead.
A flag and a mead.
What's a flagon of mead?
What's it?
Flagon of mead.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
a
flag
flagon. A
and
flagon.
Flag and a mead.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
was like, why
it's
is he
the
giving him a
Drinker's
flag? That's weird.
No, flagon.
Yeah.
No, I get it now.
Yeah, flagon.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so Lael, what do? Do you want me to pull you into whispers?
Right, what I want to do is I want to ask, do I know where the mayor lives?
Yes. It's not a
Okay.
huge village. Without any roll necessary, you could make your way back to the town hall if needed. She said that they have rooms in the town hall, and you also went into their rooms in the town hall.
Alright, what?
You know where they live.
Yeah.
I'm
Should've just
gonna
said
head there.
You go back to the town hall.
Mhm.
Okay. So it takes you about sort of 20-30 minutes or so to get back over there. Just sort of quietly walking. Roll stealth for me as you move through the village at night.
Oh, fuck. Just did /d20 plus 6. I'm done.
Okay, cool. So you make your way back through. As far as you're concerned, you don't see anyone else. And you head back to the main entrance of the town hall. Roughly at this point, well, a fair bit before this, Vice, 10 minutes are up. So if you wanted to head back upstairs, you could.
Yeah. Okay.
So you go and join the group. Lael, you get back to the main doors of the town hall. Two large wooden doors that originally Malika opened for you. They don't appear to be locked from what you can tell.
Okie doke. I want to sort of listen out, see if anyone's actually inside. We'll look for any lights or
Okay.
anything.
Roll perception or investigation for me.
Go for that perception.
Okay.
Give me help.
So as you listen against the door, you get the feeling that maybe the large doors are too thick to hear anything particularly through, and you'd need to open them somewhat to really hear anything.
Okay, I want to look around for any side entrances. If there's not, then I'll just go in through the front door.
Okay. So you spend about another kind of 10-15 minutes looking around, and eventually head through the main doors as you find the rest of the outside of the structure is just simply bricked off.
Hey, is this music sounds like Bastion music?
Bastion is an awesome game.
Yeah.
Never played it. Looked cool.
Oh, you should. Bastion and Transistor are two of my favourite games ever. Transistor for me is better than Bastion, but I think the story of Bastion like flows better. Anyways,
Fair enough. Continue on.
as you head into the main hall of the town hall, it's the same room you were in earlier. Nobody's in there from what you can tell.
Okay, I want to slowly head towards the kitchen.
Okay.
And see if I can hear anyone in there.
Okay, roll perception for me again.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
Okay, cool.
nice.
So for a moment you do hear something, and it sounds like somebody going up some stairs, but it's closer than the staircase that you went to before. It's not a million miles away from the door that you're listening from, and it sounds as if they're almost at the top of this stairway.
Okay, I
you wanna
want
do
to
anything?
slowly and stealthily open the door.
Okay. So you open the door, and what you see is somebody coming out through what appears to be like not a trap door, but like a door in the base of the floor of the kitchen. The carpet has been moved aside, and I think trapdoors like
cellar
just,
door.
yeah, a cellar door. Trapdoors just give way. Cellar doors have stairways. So yeah, they seem to be coming out of a cellar door with the carpet moved aside. As this person gets up, they turn and roll a 2 to notice the door being slightly open, and pull the carpet back over this trapdoor or cellar door, as we agreed. And they then look about the kitchen, grab a piece of bread on the side, and head up the other stairway that leads to the rooms. It appears to be Agaria, from what you can tell.
Okay. I want to head in as quietly as possible.
Okay.
If she's already gone up the stairs and everything.
Roll stealth for me again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you open the door, it creaks somewhat, and you get to the edge of the carpet, which is it's more central. It's basically the center of the carpet is what covers the cellar door, and you're roughly in the center of the kitchen as you get there.
Okay.
You start to move the carpet aside, and some of the edge of your armor is knocking up against one of the doorways, and it kind of not slams but just taps slightly closed and does make a noise, and you start to hear movement upstairs, as though somebody shifted and is possibly heading back down.
Okay. Want to just slide my way back past the door
Okay.
to be a bit
Roll stealth for
quiet.
me once more.
That's better.
Okay, cool. So as you start to see footsteps, like foot after foot, of somebody coming down the stairway, again matching Agaria's form, you quickly head to the doorway, deftly and silently, and you motion through, leaving it slightly open as it was when she would have noticed it if she had noticed it. And you're back in the main hall. Do you simply exit entirely?
No, I want to just wait there for a couple of seconds and pull out my black dagger.
Okay. You
Ready
do
it?
so. You hear some sort of muffled movements from the other side, and then once more, after about 5-10 minutes, there's more footsteps from what sounds like the furthest staircase.
Okay. After that, I want to once again slip through that doorway.
Okay, roll stealth for me one last time. You don't get a billion tries at this, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Okay, cool. So a similar thing happens. You get so far as moving the carpet this time, before you make enough noise to rouse some noise coming back down the stairs. You do notice as the first foot reaches a visible portion of the stairway this time that it's wearing a different color of footwear. You suspect that maybe this is somebody else other than Agaria, but they seem to be slowly heading downstairs. You also heard some kind of muffled conversation upstairs before this person began heading down.
So has the carpet moved?
You have moved it, yeah. But you're also running out of time as this person comes down the stairs.
I want to open the door and head down.
You've moved it,
cellar
but
door.
like you've moved it slightly. Like it's not
Nah.
in the same position it was before. To do this, like to move it entirely, like flip it over, open the door and head down, you're definitely not going to do this. Like this person is 2 or 3 stairs, you're starting to see their knees now. They're like getting closer and closer. You can try, but I'm just telling you, you can guess, you can gauge how much time you have based on them coming down the stairs, and that seems like quite an ask.
Run over towards the stairs, just underneath them.
Okay.
Yep.
They're like flat against the wall. There isn't like an underneath.
Well, you know, like next to
You just
them.
want to flat against them so that this person can't see you
Yeah.
on the stairs. Okay. So this person comes down the stairs entirely. You hear them get to the bottom of the stairs, and you can't see them anymore from your current position. But they do seem to. Well, let's check. Yeah. They do seem to notice that the carpet's moved slightly to the side, and as they head forwards and shift it back to where it was, you recognize Malika.
I want to slowly walk up.
Okay.
To her.
As you take a step, she turns around and like almost goes to shout before recognizing you as one of the previous group. Are you still holding a knife at this point?
Yeah, I'm holding it slightly, but I just sort of
Okay,
raise
so
my
she raises
finger.
her hands and backs up quite a few steps. She's basically past the cellar door now, on top of the carpet.
Okay.
You say you raise your hand to just sort of like get her to not shout, essentially?
A finger in front of my mouth, just like shh.
Okay,
But
yep.
not like, I want to pull down my hood and sheath the knife.
Okay, cool.
And then just sort of approach and very quietly just whisper like, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to find out what's going on.
Okay, so she takes a moment and then just says to you, nothing good, but my mother is upstairs and she has the means to hear all of this if she suspects anything. Please go. And then she takes a step away from you, close to the stairway, and just says, "It's nothing, Mother. Just perhaps mice or something. I'll check in the morning." And then she heads back over to the stairway, starts heading up. You hear more kind of conversation muffled from the upstairs. Are the rest of you sleeping?
Reluctantly, I'll just agree and just... Oh,
Okay. Cool. The rest of you are just sleeping now, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So, Lael, you slowly make your way back to the come on in, and you find your room.
Yep.
Do you want to gather your things from the window?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a hole in the bag where it appears as though it's been picked at by something, like a wide needle.
Is there anything
roll nature or survival for me?
Pretty sure my highest thing is +3. Let me double check.
That's a high enough roll without the modifier.
Yeah.
It seems as though some sort of bird has poked at it and not really being able to get anything loose. You search the belongings inside and it's all there, but the bag now has a small hole.
Yeah. Well, I can't patch it, so rip.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my stuff. I'll
Okay.
have a nice little rest for 4 hours or whatever.
Cool. So you all sleep to the following morning. Having rested not incredibly late in the night, you wake up relatively early. It's about 7 a.m. Is there anything you guys want to do coming through to the morning? Everyone's long rested. Feel free to take the effects of that. The sun begins to shine through the windows somewhat. They do have glass. It's a slightly nicer building, if simple and small.
As soon as I'm up, I want to just go out of my room and into theirs.
Okay.
And just sort of plot myself down.
Cool. Livia and Vice, you both hear the door open, and if you weren't awake already, you see Lael step into the room and just sit down with the three of you. Nemea, you haven't noticed, but you are awake.
I'm hungover.
Oh, so what's going on, Leo?
Right. I thought in the dark hours of the night I might as well go and investigate, because where better to look about mysterious goings on than the place where they live. And I got close, but I couldn't get in there. There's definitely some weird shit going on though.
So what, you saying you went back to the house?
Yeah, I went back to the hall, and there's a cellar door underneath the carpet that leads to some sort of basement, but I couldn't get in there to check.
Oh.
I just know that...
Did you get caught? I hope you didn't get caught.
Malika found me, the young lady.
Thank goodness. What did she say?
All she told me is that that her mother apparently has the means to hear all kinds of things if she suspects anything, so I don't know exactly what she means by that, but it could be some kind of weird magic of some kind.
Demons. Maybe she's a demon.
Pipe down, drunkard.
We hear her mumble as she still sleeps.
Well, that's not good news.
So
we need to do some digging today and find out what
is that not good enough?
this?
That's not still not good enough to.
Yeah, but what has she actually done?
What is Vice's alignment? It needs to step towards
I mean, it's
evil,
terrible.
wherever it
I'm
is.
just saying, like.
It's wrong, whatever it is.
We don't know what she's done. What if the daughter is crazy and is trying to get us to kill her mother and her mother's not done anything?
Okay,
We have
fine.
no proof or evidence.
Let's go
Neutral
out there
good.
So far, her crime is not being
Neutral
liked.
good, man.
I appreciate alignment doesn't mean much in 5e, but still.
It should mean more.
Yeah, I think it's maybe like chaotic good, I would say,
God,
at the very least.
she cracked me up, man.
Chaotic. There's no good or evil here.
Say that again, sorry.
There's no good and evil here. It's just chaotic.
Yeah.
It's just chaos, nothing else.
Yeah,
Well,
he's like
he's
bored.
not
Bored
about
chaos.
doing like evil things. He wouldn't like kill a child if it meant he got a gem that made him more powerful. I mean, he probably would do that, but like,
Yeah, exactly.
he wouldn't kill a child to
No,
get like
no,
one
come
step
on,
further
like,
in
you know,
queue.
There's,
In a queue.
There's, you know, why wait for the inevitable? We know what's happening
We
here.
don't know. What if the daughter is tricking us? What if she's the shapeshifter and a psychopath?
I'll shoot her then. Innit?
Oh.
Okay.
I question our friendship sometimes, Vice. You make very unwise decisions.
Chaotic good.
But I make some damn good food.
Yeah.
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 Easy. Two.
But you make bad decisions.
Yeah. All right,
You
fine.
make the
Okay.
food, I make the decisions. That is the deal.
Well, I will. You know, let's just go out and speak to people then. I guess, right? If you really want to find out what's going on, we have
Yes,
to talk to the people.
yes.
Let's do that.
That
then.
is correct. You are correct. Let's do this.
Okay. So you guys head
Cool.
downstairs. The bar is dead. It's completely empty. As I say, it wasn't huge to begin with. There
There's
were
only
really
two tables. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but there's a bar area, like people could drink. It is early, admittedly, but it's also completely dead. Even the barman's not there.
So that means we can help ourselves?
You can certainly try.
No, I'm joking. Some of us have had enough to drink for the lot of us for a few days.
I don't want to touch
Mhm.
for a while.
You think you need a glass of water is what you need.
All right. Well, should we just? Is there? There's literally no one in here. Not even the barkeepers here.
Barkeep's not here. Nobody's here.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's go outside then. I guess. Like, can't there go? There's got to be someone
Let's
around
go.
here.
Witch.
Say that again, the mayor?
Let's go kill a witch. Let's go.
Let's go drop a house on her.
As you
Go on.
loudly say that, you just hear from the back room like, oh, hang on, let me check his voice.
Oh no. Oh no.
Is there anything I can get for you? I will be out in a moment.
No!
Okay, have a
No,
good
no.
day. Have a good day finding a switch. I don't know what that is, but okay.
Nintendo Switch?
A Switch.
Adventure of the Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
I think we said something about killing a witch. Okay.
So you all
Alright,
head
dude.
outside. The village is bustling more than you would expect at such a time. But those of you that stop for a moment to think about it remember the mention of it being predominantly a farming village. And you see a number of people kind of heading towards the more rural districts of the village. You see Tessa slowly making her way towards Golden Territory. And that's about it. There's not a crap ton of people, but you see one tiefling kind of come past you, a younger lady, and she seems to be carrying farming tools, and she's just heading back towards that kind of way.
Cool.
Are there any can I look around and see if there's any kind of distinct characters or anyone, you know, someone that doesn't look like a farmer, basically?
Well, outside of Tessa, the merchant, and this one person who seems to be carrying farm tools, you can hear the bustle of people in the distance, but you can't see anyone else.
Okay.
Where do we start? We can't exactly just go around asking people, hey, is your mare shape-shifting fucko? Let's kill her. Like...
Did Malika say that she ever leaves that place, or, you know, leaves the manor, or does she always stay there? Or we didn't even ask. maybe.
Of course she leaves because that's how she found Nemea, right? In the street.
Was it Malika that asked that invited us? Yeah.
Elf. So we know the mayor leaves the manor, which would mean Malika is alone, just in the manor.
But like I said, apparently she has ways of finding out what's happening even though she's not there.
Is that just in the house?
She could have some kind of defense. Maybe. Just some sort of surveillance. I mean, we could always just be chaotic and break in there.
No.
I don't like that idea.
Well, what do we do then? Because I'm out of ideas.
We go talk to the townsfolk. We need to go talk to the townsfolk.
Okay.
They know more than they're letting on.
Alright, fine.
Risky business.
Okay.
Do you guys want to
You
stay
can ask
together?
them. I just sort of dismiss them and say they can ask them themselves, and I'm just going to go around, just sort of wander around the town for a while.
Okay, so do
'Cause
you,
I'm
leave,
not good with people.
do you leave the group, Lael?
Yes.
Okay. The rest of you, are you guys doing anything specific? Are you going anywhere specific? In terms of the village, I'll tell you what you know. You know where the town hall is. You know where Golden Territory, the merchants, is. You know where the farmlands roughly are. You know where the smithy is, Precision and Care. You know where the inn is. And you've heard talk of a tailor, but I don't think any of you have been there. Unless you went there, Nemea, did you?
No.
No, okay,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, none of you have been to a tailor. But Tessa did mention about a tailor. I think she even gave you the name, but none of you remember it, so you don't remember it.
I want to go to the farmlands. Let's talk to real local folk.
Okay. So as the three of you head over that way, it takes some time to essentially cross the entire village and reach that section, because the farmlands are in the sort of outer... I've been saying west when I meant east. Sorry, the inn is on the east, and the town hall is in the north. The farmlands are off to the west. That was just me getting the compass wrong. And you entered through the south. So with the inn on the east and the farmlands on the far west, you're having to cross the entire village to get there, so it takes you about an hour. In this time, Lael, you walk around and you see the occasional person passing by. You see a elven fellow that looks quite proper, heading off into a building in the sort of north west. You pass near enough by the blacksmith to hear some hammering after a while. Do you want to do anything specific?
I don't know. I'll just remember that I heard something about a tailor, and I'm gonna go there.
Okay, cool. So the other three, as you head over to the farmland, you see it is essentially three large sections of farmland. Only two of them are currently manned, and you get the feeling from seeing two of them manned that for some reason the third one is either area they haven't reached yet, or for whatever reason that it's not being tended to. You don't know why. You see a female tiefling and a female human of different ages tending to what appears to be their own sections of field.
Okay.
So at this
Do you wanna
distance, there's just two farming
Okay.
women,
Right.
a tiefling and a human. Who do you want to go speak to? Or you can split off and speak to both if you like.
It's
You
like.
could shoot them from here. Drop them before they even turn around to see you. Your choice.
Well, I guess we've walked this far, right, guys? I mean, the mayor, like, there's a tiefling there. You're gonna have a chat with her, and then we'll go have a chat with the
Racist?
odd.
Hey, I want to stay together with you guys. This would be, dangerous if we all start splitting off and speaking to people. We should try and keep this concise and stay together.
Okay. Well. Okay. Fine. Let's just. Are they both together?
No, they're at different fields, but only a short walk away from each other. Their boundaries
Okay,
are
sure.
connected. There's a fence around both fields, and there are several cows in both fields.
Okay. Cool. Well, just gonna walk over there and just say hi.
So you're heading over
and
to the
just
tiefling.
try and get. Yeah. Just go over to the tiefling.
Okay, so she looks at the three of you and is a bit confused. It's like, oh, hello.
Hi. Sorry to bother you and all that. I know that you're.
You can't.
You got a lot to. Hello.
Try again.
Can you? Yeah, I said. Yeah, sorry. Hi. Sorry to bother you. I know you're in the middle of the day and all, and you've got much farming to do. But I just wanted to know if we could have a couple of minutes of your time, if possible.
Oh, yes, of course. I could sell you some food if you need. I could even make them into packs if you need.
Oh, nice. Nice, actually. Yeah, sure. What wares do you have?
Well, it's mostly farmland, so food. If you need any
So what?
vegetables, root vegetables, the like, anything I can grow, I can grow it here.
Okay, cool. Have you got any potatoes and carrots and onions, please?
Perfect. Yes, I can definitely provide you those. How much would you like?
Just maybe three of them each, if possible.
Three each? Yes. No problem. 8 silver. I could do you 3 of each.
Blood clot. 8 silver. Yeah, sure, and I'll just hand over the money. That's
Okay.
fine. Yeah. 8 silver, 3 each, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, we're just adventurers. Well, we're just kind of like coming through the town, and we've noticed that we've heard something about the what's her name? What's that girl's name?
Agaria,
The mayor. Well, yeah. It's like how long have you guys been here?
Oh,
Just generally, have you been here a long time?
I've been here for quite a while. I have a cousin, but I haven't seen him today, to be honest. I've tended the land for a while. This is our farm now. Well, he covers a different part of it. Hadn't shown up today. Not too sure as to why.
Okay. Okay. So the mayor, like, what's your thoughts on her?
Oh, yes, she. Well, I wouldn't say a bad word. You know, we're just a small village. I'm sure people such as you will probably be moving on soon. I've got quite a lot to do. Farm doesn't tend itself.
Okay.
Do you mind if I carry on?
Yeah, sure. Sorry. Okay.
No. Oh, good day. And she like sort of goes to the other end of some of her fields and just starts dealing with sections over there, planting things and the like.
Okay. Cool. Well, I am not going to have a conversation with anyone else in this place. Just going to let you guys know now. Clearly, she didn't want to talk about her at all. You know, regardless of the question, you could feel that she didn't want to. You know, she felt uncomfortable talking
People
about.
are frightened of her. That's what, her daughter told me. It's... isn't
Okay.
good.
Well, I mean, there's got to be, no matter what we say, I'm as far as I know, anyway, is my approach is not working, which is just asking what is wrong with, bringing up the mayor. So I'm not sure what else to suggest if there's another angle that we can take.
I don't know. I don't feel like we've spoken to a huge amount of people.
Okay, well, why don't you guys talk?
Maybe we should split up and we'll try and talk to different people.
Yeah.
Cover more ground.
Lael, at this point you come across a large building, not unlike the merchants, that says Shapes of Silver on the outside, and there's like a simple kind of pencil line drawing, if you like, of what appears to be a simple dress on the sign. Do you head in?
Yeah.
As you do, there's a number of various robes on mannequins. They're just simple, like, high-standing wooden crosses that hold garments on them. From kind of common standard clothes to slightly more ornate almost similar to what would be a kind of suit, and quite a few dresses. It seems as though the place is predominantly geared towards women, but it has a selection for men as well. There's a section where there's some quite fancy hats, and there is an elven fellow in there who looks you up and down and says, "I don't particularly deal in simply black garb. Is there anything I can help you with?"
Well, I mean, I'm only really looking just for some black material to use as a bit of a mask.
How quaint. I have the material, I can sell it to you, though I wouldn't recommend attempting anything that would require a black mask in Downwarden.
No, I won't. It's fine. It's just for, a bit of a cover from like dust and things, because I might be adventuring over to.
Yes, I'm sure. I have some satin, but it's not low quality. It's quite a good material. Do you have the coin?
Depends how much coin you're asking for.
Simply enough to cover your face from all the dust, was it?
Yes.
A gold will suffice.
Sure. I'll hand over a gold.
He takes a large ream of what appears to be sort of slightly shiny satin black material and reaches for some scissors and cuts off a strip that is roughly half your face in width, having kind of looked you up and down first, and he hands it over to you kind of quite grandiosely, considering he's just passing you a strip of material, with it kind of flowing across both his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Takes the coin.
Take it and be like, "Thank you very much," and then just sort of like tie it like around my neck.
Okay.
Sort of kind of drooping so that it could easily be pulled up.
Mm.
And then I want to also ask, like, could you also like fix this hole in my bag? I don't know if repairs are much what you do.
He looks over at it, and it's what you have is a very simple kind of, I guess, cloth bag. He looks at it and just says, "Of course, it would take but a moment. Do you have the time?"
Oh yeah, sure.
You'll need to empty the goods.
Yeah, I'll empty them out. I'll be like, "Is there anywhere that I can like put the stuff?" Like,
he kind of looks around. He has like a desktop, and he kind of reaches his hand over to it and says, "I suppose over here is as good as any. Would you like it patched or simply sewn together?"
Patched preferably, please.
Very well. And he takes it from you and just does like a quite tight stitch. He uses thread the same color as the bag. He gets a patch of cloth that matches the color from a cupboard that he kind of flicks through until he finds a matching color as he holds the bag in his other hand, sews it up very neatly, and then sews a section around where the hole was so that it's attached to the patch quite closely and doesn't like flap at all. And given the choice in the colour and the way he stitched it, and he kind of cuts away at some of the loose threads afterwards, it's a very good job. Like, without knowing that the work has been done, it looks like there basically wasn't ever a hole.
Fair enough. I'm assuming he'll come over to me like with it and everything.
Yeah, he passes it all back over to you, waits for you to kind of fill it back with your stuff.
I say, "Thank you very much. How much will this cost?"
Gold for the satin and 2 silver for the repair work.
Sure thing. I'll hand over the 2 silver for the repair work then.
Any other strange requests whilst you're here?
No, I think I'm good. Thank you very much. I'll catch you later. And I'll just sort of...
Good day. I expect you'll be moving on.
I'll just sort of like do the hand gesture kind of wave as I exit the premises.
He doesn't look and goes back to what he was doing.
There we go. I'm done with that shop.
Okay. The 3 of you then, aside from Lael, are you guys going anywhere in specific? Do you want to speak to the other farmer? Do you just want to split at this point and speak to as many people as possible? It's up to you.
Yeah, let's just split up.
Okay. So who's going where? The mayor seems reluctant to split up, but is also not talking.
The mayor, what? I know you say you don't really want to split up, but we're not covering enough ground here.
I'm just worried that so many people are frightened of this woman like killing them, and she seems to be very powerful. And we're asking questions about her and splitting up. Seems like she could pick us off one by one. So it does make me nervous.
Okay, should we stick together?
Let's go
then,
in groups
Mayor?
of 2 then.
There's only 3 of you.
Lael isn't here.
Yeah. Neither am
Okay.
I. Ta-da!
Well, I mean, Livia, you're a tough one. I mean, you can handle your own, right? If I go along with
More than you,
me?
yeah.
Oh!
Throw some shade. Yeah,
Throwing
sure.
some massive shade. All right, cool. Come on, the mayor. Let's go. Me and you.
So collectively, you guys have basically seen every inch of the village. There's the merchants, there's the other farmer, there's the smithy, there's the inn, there's the tailors that you've only heard of, and there's the town hall. Where do you want to go? Aside from a few residential houses, but it seems as though those that live here.
Have we been to the town hall? Was the town hall?
That's where you had
That
dinner
wasn't-
with Agaria.
Oh, it was at the. Oh, okay, right. Okay, I thought that was at her.
No, she lives there too.
Okay.
From what you
He
know.
lives there too. Okay. Well. Let's man, I don't know. Maybe we should just go back to the house. Speak to the door again. What do you reckon, Livia? I don't know if she's still here.
I guess so.
You
What
shout
I
this
would
out as she starts to walk away, stops and turns around.
Like, oh, you like that, there? No, I'm just thinking, like, why don't we just go straight to the source and go speak to her?
Yeah, sure.
Should we just do that? Should we just go straight to Malika? Or what?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay.
All right, let's do that then.
So Lael, where are you going?
To the town hall. Because I would have been thinking...
You
I
would have
just-
been what, sorry?
I was upstairs. Why is Leo not with us?
He split off earlier. When you guys
Okay.
were about to go to the farms, he left you then. Lael, sorry, why were you
Lael
going
was
to the town
being
hall?
Lael, mate. Come on.
I would have been thinking of going there anyway because everyone was just thinking of going and asking random villagers.
Okay.
So I'll be heading to the town hall anyway.
Okay, so you all collectively get there about the same time.
Oh!
Oh, so you didn't agree? Sorry, actually, I can't. He's not here.
No, it's
So,
fine. You can
Lael's
gather,
not
like, sort of collectively outside. You just see him in the distance walking from, like, a slightly more northeasterly point.
Okay.
Oh, so you guys coming over here after all? Did you find out anything?
No one will speak to us.
No.
Fair enough. I bought
No.
myself a new thing, patched up my bag. So
Okay.
not
Well, you
productive
were
either.
successful.
Yeah. So what's your plan?
We're gonna go and talk to Malika because walking around talking to randos and it's just not beneficial. It's not productive. We're just gonna go straight to her.
Exactly what I suggested. Let's go.
Is that what you suggested earlier?
Well, something close to it.
Not really. I don't remember you suggesting anything, to be honest.
I just
You're
ignore
walking
it
off.
and I just head straight towards the door.
You, this piece of shit thief.
Ah,
Right. Okay.
beef. Rude.
You guys head to the town hall, and as you get to the main doors, you find them locked.
Oh.
Okay. Lael bangs on the doors relatively loudly, and you wait a minute or so, but there's no response.
So I don't know. Leo, do you want to do like your rogue stuff and can you get this door open?
Oh, I'm sorry. You want me to break in somewhere?
Yeah,
thought you
because
were very
like what
against
you
my-
do all the time.
Oh,
Might as
sorry.
well
God,
use
it's
you to
very
your
bad.
strengths.
But I mean, I might be doing something very morally reprehensible, so...
I mean, do you
Not
really
sure.
care, Rogue? Do you really care?
Well,
Come on.
do you?
Do you really care? Come on, you did it last night already. You did it. Come on, help us out. We didn't walk all the way here for us to not get into this place, right? Or
I
should we
just scoff and turn around and then go to pick the lock.
Okay. There doesn't seem to be a lock as such. It seems as though the door is barred as you look through the kind of gap between the two doors.
Were there any other doors around the building?
No, you checked before.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's the double
Windows?
doors on the front.
Not on this level. There are, like, slightly higher up, there are some windows.
How high up are we talking?
First floor, or second floor, depending on whether or not you're using the English or American version of what is first floor if this is the ground floor.
Well, I look over at the others and I'm just like, can you get me up there?
Livia could probably throw you, right? Livia?
Throw you through a window.
I'm not saying
I mean-
throw the rope,
No!
just a
Throw him
leg
up there. Go and give him a leg up, Livia. You got more strength, right? You're stronger.
I don't think so.
Aren't you like some, like, super strong?
I think you're
Cleric.
stronger than everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
very
you're
much.
My strength is 14. Not
Is it?
that high.
Oh, I thought it was higher than that.
No, my con's high,
Oh.
and I have good armor. I'm not naturally
you
strong.
say your strength is 14?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's -1.
Those
Serious, I'm the strongest in this
You're
group.
the
That's
strongest
embarrassing.
in the group.
Not
Come
working
on.
out.
Nemea, what's your strength out of interest?
Well, 0, so 10.
10.
Yeah,
I guess I'll give you a hand up, shall I?
Thank you very much.
Okay, Livia roll strength, and Lael, give me a dex save.
Cool.
I cast guidance for
Yes.
myself.
Oh, on me?
Okay.
No, me.
So Lael's somewhat what's the word? Somewhat shaky as you lift him kind of all the way up so that you're holding his feet and he's leaning against the wall. You're doing this in like stark daylight. But as you kind of look around, you don't see anyone specific that kind of spots this. You're not a million miles away from some of the shops. And you can kind of just about hear the faint ring of like a hammer to metal as you're not a million miles away from the blacksmith. Lael, as you do get hoisted up towards the window, you can just about reach it.
I want to climb up in there and try and
Okay.
get the door open.
Okay. So it like you have to kind of claw at it a little bit and like dig your nails into the gap between where the window opens, but you do manage to kind of pull it outwards. Make another dex save for me, because it opens towards your face. Okay.
Ooh, better.
So with Livia holding you in place, you manage to open it out, slip through, and you're in what seems to be the smaller bedroom of the two that you entered previously.
Okay. I'll just sort of peek out and be like, I'm inside. Doesn't seem like there's anyone here.
They can't.
Like-
You're leaning out the window to say this.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
If you guys just sort of head away and just try not to look too conspicuous, I'll be back in a bit. And then I'll just bug
Okay.
inside and make sure there's nobody around.
Okay. So roll perception for me then, or investigation, your choice.
Perception.
So you head into the other bedroom, you check the landing, you go downstairs, check the kitchen, the rest room, you open it out into the main hall, and you know there's only really the foyer left and there doesn't seem to be anyone here. Yeah, on that perception.
Well, slide that carpet out right out.
Okay, cool. As you do, you see the cellar door and you slide it happily enough to the side. You have to kind of bend a corner over a bit. And there is a door there.
Can I open the cellar door, please?
Yeah, you open it. It opens
Mhm.
out to a stone stairway that leads into darkness.
Are you not going to let us in first?
You're
This
not
guy.
there, Nemea.
Just
Right. I want to, let me see, like a good thing. Because I've got another one of those arrowheads that I've got. I'm just going to chuck it, donk it down in there, and wait for like 10 seconds.
Okay. Bear with me. What's the arrowhead? Sorry.
It's from a broken arrow, like ages ago. It's just
Oh,
an
you're just
arrowhead.
throwing an arrowhead, a simple arrowhead down.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, you throw it down. It clanks on the stone as it falls downwards. It seems as though you'd have to head kind of into the dark a little bit to kind of go get it. It seems to disappear into darkness. Do you want to roll perception for me one more time?
Yep. Woo!
Nat 20.
Okay, cool. So as you hear the sound of the arrow fall down the stairs, you can hear shuffling in the distance, as though something kind of not notices it, but there's a noise that follows the sound of the arrow coming down the bottom, a shuffling noise in the distance, as though there's something moving or being knocked possibly by the arrow. It sounds like it's further away than where the arrow landed, to be honest.
Well, I wanna go and get to the front door and slide the bar off
Bear with
or
me.
out or whatever. It's a lot of dice rolls. So many dice rolls.
Ooh. Have I got your most recent character sheet?
Probably not. Not too recent.
Are you level 4 still?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, then this will be a perfect time to end the session. Lael, as you turn, having heard shuffling somewhere in the depths below, you begin to feel tired all of a sudden.
Shit.
Something kind of waves over you, and your eyes begin to close, and you look around trying to reach out for something to lean against, and you just fall to the floor and are completely asleep. And that is where we will end the session.
Oh no.
I'm so fucking dead.
I
I'm so
rolled
dead.
your health in the sleep spell. I rolled exactly...
No.
Well, I think I rolled 32, and I believe your health is 31.
Yeah, 31.
Yeah, so I rolled one above your full health.
Oh no. I'm so dead.
Wait, sorry. Did I miss something?
If you weren't
Did
listening.
did Lael open the door?
He did not, no. Before he had a chance to leave the cellar door, he turned and, for some reason, fell asleep. And I'm going to kill the stream now, and we can chat afterwards if you guys want to chat. Thanks for watching. If anybody's there, I don't think anyone is. But hey, if you're watching this in the future on YouTube, cheers. Bye, stream.
Yeah.
I die.
Bye.